Welcome back, everyone. I know I'm excited.
Dark.
Watching chat. I know I am the most excited person here. Good to see everyone. Sorry about the flub earlier. I was trying to add our music so that our wonderful players could also enjoy it and hear the noises. However, I just, wrong buttons. Speaking of players, why don't we do a round of introductions and tell us who you are, where to find you on the internet, and who you're playing tonight. And why don't we start with Panda?
Hi, I'm Rage Panda Pajamas, also known as Panda. You can find me anywhere basically as Rage Panda Pajamas, except X or Twitter because I have to cut off the S because for some reason it's too long.
It's so random.
I have several projects going on all at once, working with Game Master Monday. I'm also working on Tabletop Tailspinners on a upcoming Candela Obscura. And I actually just launched my first actual play review that is now live on my Tumblr account on Dissociation. If you go to ragepandapajamas.com, you can find the links all there.
Excellent. Let's head over to Juicy.
Hi, I'm Juicy Garland, Boston area drag queen and super nerd. I am part of Tabletop Tailspinners as part of its leadership. I try to run the PR and I do my best to not fail. I'm also in All Our Fault, a Monster Hearts 2 actual play podcast that's produced by Tabletop Tailspinners, where I play a sad boy vampire. Listen, you'll love it. I'm also in a ton of other projects just like Panda. I am doing stuff with Game Master Monday. We're wrapping up our summer camp Monster of the Week game. We had our last story episode last week, and we're going to do a Q&A this coming week. And I'm in a bunch of other things, so pay attention to my socials at Juicy Garland and at juicy.garland, and you'll hear what else I'm working on, because I can't even remember myself.
Perfect. And hi, I'm Ian, and I won't be here tonight, so Jeremy's gonna play my character. That's the closest, but Ian, we miss you. We hope you're doing well, and sad that you can't make it tonight, but we're gonna go on in your honor, and not airlock your character in the first 30 seconds, I'm sure. Let's find out real quick. I am Jeremy. You can find me here most times. You can follow on socials at WHPubs. Also, hey, head over to our YouTube. You can catch episode 1 if you missed it. But also, we're trying to get our 500 follower goal sometime in the next decade or so. And we'll see how that goes. So, this has been a few weeks in coming, as we were supposed to play like the next week after our last game, and then I got sick, and I'm trying to remember what happened. But I feel like this was the situation. You all were on the ship called the Magnus. It is an experimental freighter that is capable of essentially bouncing the spaces between singularities. Instead of having to go around spatial phenomena that are dangerous to your ship, you're able to use the shield generator that is called the Zephyr, I think. No, the Kestrel. It was the Kestrel. The Kestrel uses the power or the gravity of these spatial anomalies and singularities to essentially slingshot you through the universe. And you're on the inaugural run. Everything was going great until it was like a week or two ago. And then people just kind of started acting weird. Said they were seeing things. There were some health issues. And then people disappeared. And then the first bodies started showing up. When we started the last game, you were all kind of what's the word I want to use here? Sorry. Oh man. Does anyone else want to just run this for me tonight?
No. But thank you for asking.
Sequestered, I guess is where I'm going. You and the captain had kind of been holed up trying to protect yourselves and find other survivors. And the ship hasn't really been doing great. The warp drive itself, the engine, had been ejected into space, bringing a sudden and complete halt to the travel itself. You're not really sure where you are, and the computer had been offline because someone had taken the AI chip, like the card that slides into the main computer and runs the operating system. You had ended up finding that as someone tried to throw it into space, and in that process, there was an explosion. There was a bunch of atmosphere vented into space. You managed to save yourselves and the captain, but not poor Missy, who was another crew member that was in there, who got caught in the foam as it expanded around. That was horrifying.
Her hand was
right, her
hanging
hand
out.
was twitching.
So bad. Ugh.
Shortly thereafter, Simmons, you had seen some kind of strange creature that was following you, and it grabbed you, and just out of reflex, you had stabbed it. And after it disappeared, Simmons and Mitch had led you away as you were trying to find out what was going on in the Kestrel's operating room. You were getting warnings, and Doig, you and Mitch had noticed that creature wasn't so much a creature that had come out of nowhere, so much as it was the captain that Simmons was hallucinating was some kind of monster, and leaving their body behind, you led Simmons to a hatch that went into the ceiling, an upper deck, and we're doing your best to try and figure out how to take care of the Kestrel. It's not really your expertise. Your expertise is currently floating off the starboard side somewhere. Managing to, I believe it was Simmons had donned a suit that allowed you to go down into the room that is currently flooded with a thin gel that was a coolant, like an emergency coolant. And Simmons had managed to fix what was wrong, causing the overheat to stop. As we ended, the two of you were back in that room, that kind of emergency control room above the Kestrel's operating center. Mitch is at the ladder below. You can hear him going through the bag of guns and explosives that you had found from his and the Exo's quarters.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where we ended. Does that all sound right?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
We also raided a room next to Mitch's room.
Yeah, that was the
with some
Exo's room.
guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's where the gun was.
Yeah.
Yeah. The bulk of guns, yep.
Mm-hmm.
So as you are kind of looking at one another, and Simmons, you're pulling yourself out of the suit, kind of that rubbery scuba suit feel to it. Not quite as tight, but you're flopping out of it, trying to not get all goopy covered. And a voice comes over the intercom. Simmons, I'm experiencing some technical difficulties. I had managed to route the power. And it just stops. And it's the AI's voice.
Computer? Is there a terminal around?
There is the terminal that you had used as far as fixing what was below, or interfacing with that. It isn't quite a system-wide terminal.
Okay. So where would I need to go to interact with the AI on the computer or on the ship?
Well, let's take a look at our ship. Not Maz. Wrong button. We'll get to Maz in a moment.
Indeed.
Who's Maz? I don't know.
Huh.
All right, so you are currently in the shield generator room.
Yeah.
I know Doig has a terminal down in Doig's quarters, way down on the bottom left of the map.
Definitely.
Damn. All right.
But that is a ways away.
Is there another location in the captain's room or somewhere else?
There is cargo control, which is aft from where you are. You could go back towards the front. You're pretty sure that the captain would have a terminal in there. And I feel like you do also have a terminal to an extent, but it's more navigation oriented.
All right. Dog, what do you think we should do?
We haven't been in the captain's room in a minute, and might be a good place
All right.
to go.
Yeah, let's go ahead and try to get in. We were able to get into the XO's room, so it should be doable.
Well, we probably shouldn't repeat the process we did to get into
No.
XO's room.
Yeah,
Mitch.
correct. Mitch, if you could just stand back and not shoot the door, I can try to get in a little bit more with finesse.
Have you gone down the ladder and are in the hallway with Mitch, or are you like calling down to him?
Oh yeah. I think
This conversation's happening on the way down.
Yeah. That's sort of what
Okay.
I was thinking.
Oh yeah, we could totally do that. I feel like we should probably go this way though. And he gestures to there's like, the corridors kind of mirror each other. And while it might be a little shorter to go the way you came from, because the captain's quarters are on that side, Doig, you also remember that there is a dead captain between the two of you, or between where you are. And so, depending on how you want to deal, but like Mitch is definitely like, we should go this way, and looks at you, Doig.
Right. Yeah, there was definitely some malfunctioning happening over there that might be better to avoid at this moment. We can fix it later, but it's nothing like critical. Just it's a little dangerous over there.
And the creature. Let's
that
go that
thing,
way then.
Yeah, don't want to touch that.
Definitely.
Could be
Right.
contagious.
All right, follow me.
Lead the way, Mitch.
Well, Mitchell cock his gun again. There's a lot of that going on. He's just like chambering rounds. Right.
He looks oiled, even though hasn't.
There's just a shimmer in the low emergency light.
100%. All right, as you head back up, but on the opposite side of the ship, over the intercom is the AI's voice again. Simmons, there's someone attempting to access command via my subroutines. They have not succeeded so far. However, it would be prudent if you could put some firewalls in place.
Indeed. Where are they accessing the computer?
Scanning. Unsure at this time.
Diagnostic and report back if and when you can identify. Thank you, Auntie.
Will do.
All right.
As you move your way through the corridors, there's a slight shift. You could feel it in your as you're stepping. There's like just this enough shift in the ship that it feels like it's moving again. But you don't have an engine, so that's weird.
So like the ship is vibrating?
Less vibrating, more like all of a sudden it has momentum. And you know that systems are running on low power, the inertial dampeners and gravity plates and everything are working, but maybe not quite as well as they could be.
We'll have to run a diagnostic when we get to a computer.
Do you see that?
Battery change.
What?
Mitch raises the gun that he has, points it down the hallway. In the dim red lights, his flashlight creates this just like tunnel of white light. You don't see anything.
Proceed with caution, I guess.
Continues on. Pretty sure I hear something. It's in the walls.
Doy's gonna get out his tablet again and check to see if there's any abnormalities as far as like any systems that are connected in the walls. See if there's any kind of readings that he could pull up.
Yeah, why don't you do a... Let me just double check this. I believe it's going to be computer.
Computer.
Gonna go with
don't.
computers and not industrial equipment for this one. It is a little
Okay.
more.
I don't have computers, so remind me. That's just
Intellect roll, I assume?
intellect.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Everything's different. Oh, there you go. That's a failure.
Perfect. As you're looking through it, there's a little like glitch that goes across the screen, kind of fuzzes out. For a moment, you swear you see this face. It's not quite a face. It's kind of distorted, pulled off to the side. One eye is longer and higher than the other, and its mouth seems to be open and screaming. And then it's just gone.
You know, Simmons, this reminds me. I wanted to mention to you, since in case, Captain, something happens and you're in charge, right?
I
we-
believe I'm next in command. We haven't
Yeah.
seen the pilot.
Yeah.
The XO's gone. Yeah.
So I'm gonna. This counts as hazard pay, right?
I would assume so. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
There should be a 0.75% modifier on the contract
Yep.
as a bonus for hazard pay.
I'm gonna add that to my contract right now.
Well,
gotta
you
get that
can't
out of the way.
add that without a signature from corporate, but you can note it, and I'll sign off on the fact that it was a hazard, and then HR will review the claim and just verify that it is real, which obviously it is, and you should be fine, and you'll get that 0.75% bonus.
I knew you were a good man, Simmons.
Thanks, I guess. Mitch, anything down there? Can we move forward to the captain's room?
As you look up, Mitch is gone. The bag
Mitch?
of like weapons and stuff is there, but Mitch and the gun he was carrying are no longer in sight.
The hell do you go?
Did you see, Doug?
Nope.
Right. I'll pull out I think I have a scalpel, or was it a shiv? Whichever of the two. Oh, I do have a gun.
Right.
Mitch
yeah,
did
you
give
should
me a
both have
Right.
guns now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we both have guns.
I'll pull out my gun and put on its flashlight, and
I got my headlamp.
shall we head to the captain's room, Doug?
Yeah. Let's. Maybe he's there.
Maybe he went ahead. Keep your eyes peeled.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So as you come around the corner, you're heading towards where you had blasted the hole in the Exo's door. And there's like just a 4 in the ship from the Kestrel's room is this area that kind of juts out. You never really paid attention to what it was for because it didn't really have anything to do with you. But as you come around the corner, you you notice that Mitch is just standing there staring at a wall that's partially open.
A wall
Yeah.
that's partially open.
The one we blasted, right? Or a different
A different one. Yeah.
different one?
So this is like an area of the room that's kind of at an intersection, and there are these like weird hatches that you've never really used personally. And he's just staring at one. And he reaches up and he puts his hand inside.
Mitch, what are you doing?
Oh, shit, I almost just shot you. So there's an android in the wall over here.
A what?
An android. I think it's one of those service ones or something.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Is it online? Is it offline?
As you walk up, he's kind of like tapping its face. I don't think it's on.
All right. Let me see if I can. Dwayne's gonna try and get it back up and running.
And if I can, I'd help.
Okay. Mitch steps back, and there's this maintenance hatch, for lack of a better word. It's not very wide. It seems like it maybe jostled open just far enough, but the power isn't allowing it to like open all the way. You hear very faintly, there's just the slightest whir of the gear, like the motor inside trying to open it, but it's just not opening. But you can reach your hand through, and with the light from Mitch's flashlight, you can see this pale, kind of silvery gray, blue haired android. And sure enough, they're every so often you'll see them wandering around doing like different things on the ship, but they're not like the officer androids that you are doing is aware of.
Yeah. I'll immediately get to trying to get it back online. Wake up.
Sure. Why don't we do I will let you do industrial equipment on this one.
Alrighty. Yeah, baby. Do.
How you doing over there, dog?
Success.
Can I help? Oh, good.
Yep, success.
Success. You managed to like you're kind of like putting both arms through one above the other. You can't quite fit both arms side by side as you're trying to figure out how to like activate it. And
My
Go ahead and make-
muscles are just so big.
right,
A skinny man. I'm just so
whatever.
big.
as you're like doing this, make a I feel like it's going to be a fear check.
I don't like that.
Oh God, a fear check. Those are never big numbers.
That's right. Okay. And that's with. So when I do the save, do I check industrial equipment with it? Or no?
No, this one
Okay.
is just a save.
Just a save.
No. Okay. In that case, you're going to
Love
gain a
some help.
stress.
I can't help that. Yay!
Inside, and just like the shadow that you're casting on it is covering up a lot of what you're seeing. There's just a little bit of light that you're working by, and you look up, and there's this face staring down at you as its blue eyes just like pop open. And given your appreciation for artificial life, you drop everything and just go scrambling backwards. Simmons, you see this happen, and Mitch, you hear like the safety click off as Mitch raises his gun in like points into the opening. Inside, we see Maz. Why don't you tell us what X10H looks like?
X10H is a mostly silver android with bright blue eyes that are lit up, black hair with blue on top, and a very, very dashing black button up with a black blazer. He's got equipment on his belt that clearly has not been used in a while. It's really hard to tell how long it's been since they've been reactivated. So there's some dust, there's some debris on his shoulders, and there's some rust on his equipment. But yeah, that's our boy.
And Maz, why don't you say hi to everyone and tell us all about yourself?
Hello, how's everybody? It's so good to see you. My name is Maz, and this is my face, except not really. It's X1's face. You can find me all over the internet as Maz Face on Instagram and Threads, and my personal Twitch channel. I do things. I do things. There's a lot. I'm a graphic designer and a video editor. If you need overlays or anything for your streams, you let me know. I'm a cosplayer and a karaoke addict. I produce content on my collaboration channel, Open Circuit Studios, and I'm going to be doing some fun entertainment over there. Maybe you'll see a familiar face.
Nice.
That's it. That's me, and I'm playing a robot.
Thank you
To
for
the
joining
surprise
us.
of no one. Thank you so much for having me.
So,
Hello.
X10H, as you activate, you feel like through your skin sensors, you're rather soaked. Your clothing is soaked. Recently, your compartment was actually filled with coolant. You're processing the chemical makeup of it. Apparently, it has been drained out. And kind of looking up, you can see the crack where it leaked through. You know that the Kestrel, which is the shield generator, is nearby. Something must have gone wrong, and the coolant filled the room and has leaked into your chamber. Standing outside, with a gun pointed towards you, is a fairly large fellow that has, for whatever reason, just like a cape and like an open vest, no shirt. I feel like that is the best way to describe Mitch. A big fellow and sitting on the ground, kind of scrambled away. Doig, I feel like you should describe what Doig looks like.
Doig is balding, top knot, huge boobs, voluptuous mustache. Yeah, that's amazing mustache.
Right.
The huge boobs are for carrying your beer.
Yes, that's the pocket. That's the third pocket there. Always wearing the visor, wearing a large furred cape with a headlamp on it, and some underlights. I know, we all forgot about the rave the rave clothing. And also has a gun holstered, but also has a tablet out and probably has tossed it down to the side of him at this point.
And then standing kind of in between them, Simmons, what do you look like?
Yeah, Simmons is a fella of average height, pale skin, medium length blonde hair, sort of pulled back in what's the word I'm looking for? Party in the front, business in the front, party in back.
Mullet.
Anyway, thank you, mullet. In like a blonde mullet. He's wearing a corporate jumpsuit with a corporate jacket and a corporate hat. He's got some like driving gloves on, and he's holding a corporate like embossed like tablet / laptop, and a gun in the other hand, a pistol with a light on it.
X10H, what do you do?
I think I just put my hand on the gun barrel. Hello, my name is XXXXXX10H. But
Sorry,
you can
hang
call
on, I
me-
gotta make a roll for poor Mitch. Poor Mitch. This is gonna be great. Oh, Mitch actually did much better than I expected. Mitch takes a deep breath. Apparently, Mitch has seen these kinds of androids wandering around before and isn't too weirded out by this. He reaches in and kind of like baps one side of your head to stop your glitch.
0H, but you can call me Zero. Zio. Z. Thank you.
I think the coolant might have fried it or something.
Unit X10H. Are you able to...
Zio.
Zio? Yes, Zio. Are you capable of communicating with Auntie and running a diagnostic on someone trying to get into her systems?
Auntie. Yes. Ships, computer, AI, assistant. Auntie. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Thing freaks me the heck out.
Good.
I'm going to try to get into the captain's room. She's missing. And then maybe you can help us with the computer.
Yes. Zio can help.
Thank you. And then I will
You
try...
are welcome.
I hate it. I love it. Thank you. And then I'm going to turn around and try to get into the captain's room through her door.
Okay.
I have to let my cat in. I'm sorry. I'll be right
No
back.
worries. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, and Doig's gonna like pick themselves up, dust off, and yeah, I'm fine. Thanks.
As
Don't worry
you
about me.
pick yourself up, the hatch finally goes.
God, I hate that.
It finishes opening. A bit of that coolant does kind of run out as there's more space for it to do so. And you can see stacked behind Theo are a couple other identical androids that are also just kind of like dripping coolant goo. As you head over to the door, Simmons, you do find it is locked.
Yeah. Would this be an industrial equipment role? I think that's what we did last time.
I believe it was. Yep.
Okay. Industrial equipment plus intellect gives me 22 under 67.
Nice. Very easily, you use your pad to kind of like override the permissions, and the door opens up quite quickly.
Oh, well, that's nice for a change. What was it again?
Zio.
X1 Zio.
Zio. Yeah, if you don't mind, come over to the captain's room and I guess try to contact the computer.
Zio is wet. And Zio just kind of, more smoothly than I'm walking, but very clearly not human, walks over to the console in the captain's corner.
Okay. Yeah, heading into the captain's quarters, you notice that it's a little jumbled. Things have fallen off shelves, but for the most part, it doesn't look like much has happened in here recently. There's actually a cup of coffee that was on one of the shelves that had fallen off, and its lid popped off, and it's dried on the floor. So the captain hadn't been in their room for a bit, or if they were, they just left everything. Near the door is a chair that sits in front of a desk. It is like on an arm that comes out from under the desk, and it kind of like swivels around to allow you to sit in it more comfortably. And there is a port where Zio is able to essentially connect. You open a little port on your wrist, some wires come out, and you can plug them directly into the computer to interface with.
Yeah, you see Zio kind of reach over, and instead of his wrist snapping back, which is what you would expect from a creepy ass android, it just kind of opens and they kind of just crawl out, little snake style, and just plugs into the computer. And I do have hacking, if that helps.
Oh yeah, go ahead and either do. Do you have artificial intelligence?
Good question.
It's the one just to the right of hacking.
I'm trying to see what my whole.
I think at this moment, too, Simmons will lean over to Doig and just be like, "These things always give me the willies."
Oh, I hate them
Yes.
so much.
I do have artificial intelligence.
Go ahead and do artificial intelligence.
How do I do that?
So you're gonna roll your intellect.
Okay.
Sorry, you're gonna roll 2d20, like a percentile. You want to roll under your intellect plus 20, so whatever that number is.
And I'm confused. I'm rolling.
Roll a
2d20
D100.
A D100. That makes way more sense.
2d10 is the same thing, unless you are rolling a d100.
Which is fine, but you said a D20.
Oh, did I really?
Said two D20.
I don't know.
That's fine. You know
apologize.
what? I
Kitty
love this
alert.
game.
Hello, child.
For a child.
Java. Hey.
And that's not the creepy monster that we're worried about? What?
What?
I'm rolling a. Okay, hold on.
It was a cat the whole time.
Why are you like this? Can you chill? I'm supposed to roll what again?
So roll
20
a...
plus. Yeah, go. Sorry.
No, after you.
20 plus your intellect.
20 plus my intellect. Okay. That's 80. My intellect with my master skill is 84.
Whoa.
Nice. So you want to roll
Damn.
below that with your d100
Oh.
roll.
Okay. Can you?
Parent,
I love you. Goodbye.
parent, here's my butt. Look at it.
Okay, I got 52.
Perfect. Pretty easily you're able to access the system. You do notice that there are several attempts that have been made to get past the Auntie's like security systems. You can tell right away that things have been locked down by Simmons, and access is only currently like given to Simmons as far as command of the ship and its systems. However, you are able to get past that should you choose to. Now, what are you having Zio do, Simmons? Like, what was it that you asked them to do?
Yes. Zio, could you possibly make sure that no one else gets into the system? Auntie did notify me that someone was trying to hack in, and I locked it down to protect her.
According to Auntie's system, you are the only person who can access.
Currently, yes. Auntie did notify me that someone was trying to hack in and requested emboldening of the firewall.
Can I see if I can find the source of where somebody tried to, like, do I see any record of somebody else trying to hack into it?
Yeah, so we'll keep the roll that you have. Tracing it back, you do see that there have been several attempts throughout the ship, not at the same time, but it seems like it's been moving around. Someone has attempted to bypass the override that Simmons put on control.
Someone has indeed override the bypass. Peculiar. Yes, I can reestablish a stronger defense. Would you like me to proceed, Simmons?
Yes, and if you can identify the location on the ship, that would be helpful.
The source of the intrusion has moved throughout the vessel.
Understood. Do the best you can, but first take care of Auntie.
Simmons,
Understood.
are you in the room?
I'm just outside the captain's room, I think, between like captain's room and Doig,
Okay.
because I was still close to Doig.
Then in that case, I need Zio to make a body save.
Of course you do.
Oh dear.
So same thing. You're gonna roll a d100.
Okay.
You want to roll under your body save score.
That was not another D10. So one would be tens and one would be singles, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
I definitely did not do.
As you are accessing these systems, you feel this weird sensation, and in your right eye, you start seeing like lines, almost like a histogram or like, you know, the sound waves begin to move, like altering your vision, and it looks almost like a face for a moment there. And you hear a voice in your head. The voice says that you should turn off the override that Simmons has put on Auntie.
Do I get a sense of what voice this is? Do I recognize this voice at all?
Oh, that's a good question. Why don't you do a... just roll any die and tell me if you get odd or even.
Shit, okay.
I think this whole time too, Doig's talking to Simmons about like his theories about how the androids are stealing souls and you know, man versus machine, the whole 9 yards.
Right. Nice.
There's a lot of nodding at you.
Maz, what did you get?
I got a 7.
Oh, that's good, right?
It's odds, yeah.
Oh, right.
You said odds or evens.
Yeah. Okay. So no, that's not good then.
Oh no!
You have not experienced this voice before. And just under the voice, you can hear this strange hum.
Zio immediately listens to the voice. Reestablishing connection. Disestablishing connection.
Zio, how's it going in there? You able to put up that firewall? I think we need to start
Yeah.
moseying.
It
Wait,
takes a little while.
Zio detaches from the computer and wordlessly turns around and walks out of the room.
Okay. The door closes behind Zio.
Did you do it? Is it broken? Hold on. Starts looking
Task
up the
complete.
manual for these.
How can I help you?
Yeah.
The delay on these things.
Can you find its model number for me real quick? I need to figure out what.
Yeah. Hold on. Starts. Zio, what's your model number? I'm gonna look up your manual real quick just to make sure.
X10H. Hi, I'm Zio.
I'm gonna go check the computer. Well, Doig is checking out the robot.
Yeah.
If I can. So I'll enter the captain's room.
The door doesn't open.
Can I override?
Sure. Go ahead and do another industrial equipment.
Okay. Happily. I don't like any of this. This is terrible. I just barely failed with a 70 over 67.
Okay. You
so
are going...
everybody around me take a stress.
Right?
Ah, shit. I forgot about that.
So you're going to take a stress. Mitch is going to take a stress. Zio's going to take a stress because Simmons is a stress machine.
Yeah. Zio, why is the captain's door locked?
Did
As
anybody
you-
make a fear save since they've been around me?
Not.
A fear save?
Oh
A
yeah,
fear save.
yeah.
I made a fear
Okay.
save at the beginning.
All right, next time it's with disadvantage if you're next to me.
Oh god. Okay. Love it.
Love it.
What was your question to Zero? Sorry, I got distracted by my character sheet.
Well, as Simmons begins asking this, everyone go ahead and make a body save.
I hate it.
Oh god. A body save.
Yeah.
A normal. Oh, I got a 2 under 21.
And I want it
Fantastic.
to be under 21.
That's what you're aiming for, or
Under-
whatever
yeah,
your
under
body
whatever
is.
my body is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got an 11 under 25.
38 over 26.
Oh,
Okay. Sorry, let me roll for Mitch. Mitch handles himself quite well. Doig, everyone, the ship jostles violently all of a sudden. It's almost like something grabbed the back end of the ship and twist, like not twisted, but like pulled it in a direction. Doig, you just face plant. Probably the only thing that saves your nose is the fantastic voluptuousness of your mustache. But you do face plant. You are going to take a stress.
Yikes.
What do you all do?
Ow.
Zio, why is the door locked?
He was nonplussed. Didn't even react to the
Right.
ship moving. Stayed firmly in place. Totally fine. I followed orders.
Why'd you lock
All
the door?
better.
No. Could you open the door, please?
I go to open the door, but
Okay.
instead I think he punches the pad and breaks it.
Zio. Oh my god. Can you run a fucking diagnostic on this thing?
Yeah, I'm working on it. At this point, Doig's actually trying to find the manual for this.
Do I still
thing.
see the static in my eye?
You cannot. It did fade
Okay.
away after you unplugged from the computer.
Oh, okay, so then I was just the dick and punched the door for no reason. Cool.
No, you're actually doing perfect.
It's a
Excellent.
malfunction, and I, the player, Juicy, loves it. Simmons is fucking freaked out.
Yeah. So yes, can I find a manual to try and figure out if there's something wrong with him?
And failing that, Mitch, can you just shoot the door?
You look over and Mitch is like standing kind of off down the hallway again, looking at like the outer wall now, and he's kind of like tapping it every so often, like he's following something and taps it.
Mitch.
We gotta find that. I don't like that noise. It's like there's rats in the walls or something. You hear that?
There couldn't possibly be rats.
There's something in there. Scritching. Can you hear the scritching?
No, a dog? How's that going?
How is Doig going?
Joey, let's do industrial equipment.
Got it. Success.
Excellent. You bring up like a little diagnostic program and plug it into Zio, unless Zio doesn't want you to.
Do I have your consent, Zio, to plug? Are we assuming this is belly button or something? I was gonna say, where are we plugging in at? Okay,
That is
thanks.
The Borg
He
would have been
plugs
so
in.
less scary if it was their belly button that just had.
He's gonna plug it into, I guess, the wrist.
Nothing happens. He turns around and you see your port in the back of his neck.
Oh, great. Thanks. You're real funny. Hilarious.
Ha ha,
Even.
ha ha. I was programmed with humor.
I hate it. Yeah, and then it's gonna start running diagnostics.
Nice. You notice that there are some corrupted sections of files that have just recently been like overwritten. The code is really weird. Like it's not in any kind of like symbol or language that you recognize for coding.
Can I
And it
reset?
kind of moves like the symbols.
I hate it. No. Doy's gonna not linger on that too much. And can I reset this thing to like previous status, like right before, or right after we woke it up?
Yeah, you'd have to put it back in the maintenance bay, like the where it came out of, and plug it in. That's where it's like reset is.
Theo's very heavy.
Yeah, I ain't picking that up. I might have big muscles, but I can't pick that up.
So
Is
this is
everything
taking a little.
okay, Doig?
You've got some corrupted files. I would love it if you would step back into the maintenance chamber over there, so
But
we could.
it's wet.
That's a good point. Is there a? Do you know? Can you scan if there is a available maintenance point that is not currently wet?
Auntie. Query.
Yes, X10H.
Please locate additional Android service chambers.
In your vision, a little map pops up, and like several areas light up. Some of them are empty, and some are like have occupants, but they're currently not turned on, and some are full.
Like they're all full of androids?
The ones that are full, you notice like each slot has been marked whether it's actively holding an android or is empty.
Auntie, further query. Are any other Android service chambers marked X10H?
There are no other X10Hs currently active on the Magnus.
Doig, there is only one chamber for X10H. But we could try another one.
I think that might be the best bet. We got Simmons.
Yeah.
He's gonna just kind of like
I am lit.
flash you the code doing all the weird stuff.
Yeah. Mitch, could you come along and could I maybe have your gun?
So
and give it to Doig?
You were kind of like watching over Mitch, seeing what Mitch was doing. Mitch walked down the hallway. You could hear him tapping on the wall. Then you hear like some rustling, and he comes walking back in. He's got that bag that has like the explosives and all the ammunition and all that stuff in it. He sets it down, looks her up. Oh, what? What's going on?
Could I? You want me to carry that bag?
Hello, Zio.
Would you like me to carry that bag for you?
Oh no, I've got it. Thanks.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Did the wall thing resolve? We were gonna try to find another pod for Zio to.
Yeah, I think I scared it off. I'm gonna look for like some kind of maintenance hatch that goes into the wall.
All right.
Climb into it.
Actually,
See if I can.
Sure, but the explosives, give them to Zio. Zio can carry a great payload. That way you can focus with your gun.
I have arms.
I want you to do a persuasion check.
Yeah, I like that.
But
Can I assist and be like, yeah, you know, as muscly as you are, I think your aim would be much more approved if you were less of a payload. Using military phrases,
right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
and...
I don't have anything other than intellect. I would have argued psychology, but
yeah. Go ahead and do an intellect. You can do it at advantage.
okay. Thank you. Intellect. I rolled a 17 under 57.
Perfect. There's a long moment where Mitch just kind of stares at Zio. His face just kind of like goes a little blank. Then he's like, yeah, sure. And he reaches into the bag, pulls out a couple more clips for the gun that he has. He pulls out an explosive, puts on his belt, then hands the bag over. Just be careful with that. It is fragile.
Yeah,
Goes
of course.
boom.
Theo does a quick look over the bag's contents and just starts listing in fine detail every single piece of equipment that's in this bag.
Nice.
All right, that part I don't hate. Actually, that's very useful.
It is. But let's get Zio to a pod, I guess. I'm a little concerned.
He's still going.
Do you think we could probably use one of the officer android stations?
I don't see why not.
Well, I think it might be worth a try. Plus, then I could go to my room and I could pick up a couple things.
All right. Yeah, that's a
It's on the other side.
lead the
It
way.
is the back of the bus.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go down.
Yeah. And Doig's gonna just lead the way with this light on the hood.
Where's my token?
I will drop that in right now for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's
Also,
see.
still avoiding the body of Captain.
Right.
So, still going the wrong way.
Yeah, going the way we came. The
Yeah.
second
Right,
time.
so
Yep.
let's see. So we'll put you here. Let me snag them. Such a big ship. Wonderful map by Chip Peku. Seriously.
It's such a good map.
So good.
Good match.
I'm fully obsessed.
Chapaco.
It's better when it's whispered. That's true.
It's so much better.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, so you're about there. Does everyone see their tokens?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No, but that's not a you problem. That's probably a me problem.
Aft and starboard.
I see.
You are heading here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I'm moving this map far too quickly.
However, you do know the captain's android pod is this room.
Okay.
Love it.
So you can either go this way or this way to get to where you're going. Which way would you like to go?
The second, because it's shorter.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, I hate that.
I'm just double checking. Okay, so Mitchell lead you in through that way. It does go through someone's quarters, and as you head down, he heads down the steps here, steps off to the side, and is like essentially covering everyone as they go in. The door is locked to the quarters beyond.
Down here.
Yeah, get in.
Salmons, you think you can get that door open again?
I can try, yeah. I'll walk up to it and give an industrial equipment roll.
Real quick, what is everyone's stress?
What would you like to know?
13.
Okay.
And I rolled a 10 under 67.
Perfect.
14.
14. So you're now out stressing Simmons? Excellent. Good
I mean,
to
I
know.
was a little bit, but
Good to
now I'm
know.
even more.
Simmons, as you're there's something about like you get to the end of the hallway. You can go straight to go through that android room, or you can go this way and go like around. And you're like, oh, it's shorter. It's shorter to go this way. And so you go around. There's just the sound in your ear again. It's just kind of weird. A little bit of vibration in your eye. It reminds you of something. You were in like this. You're in this dark hallway, and there was somebody grabbing you. There was like something in your hand, and you did something, and then the thing was gone. The hands that were grabbing you, the thing that was chewing inside your ear, it was gone.
That, like a shadowy figure. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're looking at the door, and you walk up, and you're kind of pushing the buttons, and there's just this sound kind of off in the background. Doig, I'm gonna have you do a sanity check for me.
Okay.
Sorry,
but only because
a
it's
sanity
you.
save.
Do I do it with disadvantage or advantage? No. Okay.
No,
okay.
it's not fear, it's sanity. If it was
Okay.
fear, it'd be a disadvantage because of Zia.
84 out of 36. So that's a big old nope.
Okay, so you're gonna gain a stress.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch as Simmons walks by, and you're kind of like up. You can see both the door that goes into the captain's android quarters. You can see this door that Simmons is going to try and open. Zio walks by you, and as Zio walks by you, their right eye is just like coursing with these vibrating lines. And there's this feeling in your head, this strange pressure, and you have this like feeling that you are not you. You are actually, you're an android. You were pretty sure you're an android. You must not have remembered waking up, but your body must have died, and you must be an android. What do you do?
I'm gonna start. I think that will freak him out. And after seeing the plugs in the back of Zio's, it's gonna start itching back of his head, like looking for that hatch.
Interesting.
Maybe scratching a little too hard.
Okay. Zio, as you walk by Doig, you can tell, like, your sensors show that Doig's respiration is up a little high, blood pressure's definitely spiking. There's a little bit of wavering in your right eye again, not quite as strong. And you just kind of pause for a moment, and you notice, like, as blood kind of trickles down Doig's neck, because they're scratching so hard at, like, the back of their skull.
Doig, are you all right?
I think
Do you need
Am I-
medical assistance?
medical. You mean like
You are bleeding.
human medic? Oh. You sure?
I think Simmons will turn around at that moment. And as like the door unlocks, because I did get a 10.
Yeah.
And like, Doug, are you all right?
Yeah, I think, yeah. Let's,
What's the matter?
Doig, as you look up, you notice the figure behind Simmons just before Mitch opens fire. Simmons, Mitch all of a sudden raises his gun towards you and pulls the trigger. There's like a loud brat of the gun as he just shoots past you into the room beyond.
I'm presuming I am being shot at. I am going to run into the next room. I'm gonna like scuttle in there and hide behind the wall.
He's shooting into the room, right?
Yeah, so he's shooting into the room that you just unlocked. So as the door opened,
am I able to tell the difference between it being aimed at me and being aimed into that room? That's what I want to know, because the way you described it, I thought I was being shot.
Right. Yeah, so it's for a moment like you were pretty sure he's shooting you until you realize you don't feel any pain as you like dodged out of the way. You look down, there's no blood, but he's just like unloading into the room beyond you.
I guess then, realizing that, I will turn and look into that room.
Okay. From your vantage point, you can see further into the room than Doig or Zio. There is something on the ceiling. It looks like it's scuttled up there. It looks like it is humanoid, but it is made up of these waving lines of sound and energy and not quite matter. And this voice or this sound just begins to fill your head, and you can feel it chewing on your eardrums.
I'm gonna pull out my gun and shoot it.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to do a fear at disadvantage. Actually, sorry. Let's do fear.
Yeah, I feel like, especially with my prior experience, that makes perfect sense. I got a 52 over 26, so my stress goes up. And everyone else's stress goes up.
God damn.
Right.
And then, because I failed my fear check, I'm going to unload my entire gun.
Okay. I love it. So roll a combat if you don't have all of the other stuff, military training and all that, or firearms.
Yeah, I don't. I rolled a 90 over 33.
Oh my goodness! Is it 90 and above is a crit failure?
Oh no!
Guns in
critical.
space.
Whenever you roll doubles on a stat check or save, you've rolled a critical. A roll of 100 is always a critical. A roll of 99 is always a critical failure.
Okay.
And 100 is a critical success, which is interesting. But yeah. So it's not a critical, but it's darn close.
Okay. Okay. Cool. You just begin unloading the gun in there. What kind of gun are you using?
It's a handgun. I was assuming it was like an alien style and era pistol with like a flashlight on it.
Okay.
So basically a Glock, but it's a space Glock.
We're just going to say that you do end up... so you just blow through your whole clip of ammo. And you're just like pulling the trigger. There's just this clicking noise when Simmons finishes. While this is going on, Zia, what are you doing?
Do I see it?
You're not really at a good angle from you're up from them a little bit. They were like right in front of the door. You definitely see the direction they are shooting.
I go into the room.
Okay.
I think on my way though, I like tap the back of Doig's neck and pull some of the blood away on my fingertips. Fascinating. And then I just go into the room.
Okay. As you head that way, Mitch, stops shooting, swaps out ammo, raises his gun again, and like is looking around in the darkness. Inside the room, Zio, you notice there is a bit of a whistling noise now. You didn't really detect it previously. Your scanners sense there is a slight decrease in the atmosphere makeup here. The oxygen is slowly lowering. And kind of looking around, you notice there are many holes in the walls and ceiling of this room. You also notice the body of a crew member laying on the ground in kind of a weird position, almost like it fell here. Maybe it was dropped or something.
Zio is staring at the body and says, "Warning, oxygen depletion. Warning, oxygen depletion in this room." And then I walk towards the body.
Okay. What are you up to? Go ahead.
Is there a patch kit around?
You do not see one of the patch kits. I will just, without even rolling, you would know that if you closed the door, like they do create vacuum seals. And so as long as the other walls aren't pierced, if it's just the ceiling, then you're probably okay to do that for now. Although this will no longer be an option for traveling through any longer once it's decompressed.
All right.
Doig probably has some duct tape.
So you walk in, you pull out your duct tape, and you look up, and you're just like, "That's a lot of holes."
And Doig thinks about it for probably a second too long before it's like, "No, I don't think I could do this."
Yeah, I think we need to seal this room and go the other way. And out of character, I marked the room on our map so that way we can remember which room we can't go through.
Nice.
Literally gonna say, thank you for that.
So technically, you could, just so you know, you could go through the room, sealing it behind you. So you don't need to go back around. You can go through. You just won't be able to go into this room once it has depressurized.
Okay, got it.
I think that's okay.
The body if you kept walking in the room.
What was that about the body?
Oh, I was gonna say the body's on the other side of the room. Isn't it?
Oh,
it's
like
kind of,
over here?
It's kind of in the middle. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Do we run through or do we go back the way we came?
No, let's run through thinking about knowing where the captain's
Okay.
answer is.
I'm standing over the body.
Okay.
Just.
What do you?
I don't need air. Do I recognize the crew member? Is it in my database?
You do a quick scan. Yes, this is crewman Phillips.
You sounded so confident in that.
Okay.
Or sorry, this was crewman Phillips.
Can I proximate time of death?
Very, very recently, within the last couple of minutes.
Auntie, please adjust crew records. Crew member Phillips is deceased. Thank
All right,
you.
Noted.
Thank you, Auntie. Shall we go?
Yes. First.
The door behind you that you opened originally to get in here, as you move through the room, closes.
I hate that sound. We really should have fixed that sound.
Uh-huh.
Really. You know, I talked to corporate and I was like, we really should make quieter doors.
You know, you should be thankful that it doesn't squeak.
That's true.
Right.
You're right. You're right.
Because it could be a... And that would be terrible.
Or
All right, let's
or a
get to
grind.
this door and hope it's unlocked.
Okay, you get to the other door. It is unlocked.
Excellent. Is everyone here?
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Follow.
Just want to make sure I'm not alone going into
you.
No, definitely not.
Zeus'
No,
face
it-
is right behind.
Ah, God.
Doink is a step away from Zio.
His head turns all the way back around like an owl. Hello! And then all the way back around again.
Oh,
So as
Uh-huh.
you step out into this hallway, and the door closes behind you, clunk. This is a window. It's a very thick, heavy, like ballistic grade window.
Oh shit! This is the first time we can see outside.
And you see the Magnus itself, although huge, doesn't actually carry most of the cargo. It's more of like a hauler. It pulls trailers, vessels, and you can see them wavering behind you, like almost like they're in a wind or something. And behind that, off in the distance, is a brilliant white circle, like an ellipse,
Shit.
and it goes off to points. And in the center of it is the darkest black that you can imagine.
Why are we so close to a black hole?
That's a good fucking question. You know, I feel like that's a navigator question.
Yeah. I'll definitely look at that when we can get to a computer. Am I able to get a sense of why that's the case from Auntie via my pad? My data
You can
pad?
try. Yeah. Do you want to? What do you
Yeah,
ask Auntie?
Auntie, could you
Yes, Simmons.
provide our location and an explanation for why we're so close to a fucking black hole?
On your pad, a star chart shows up, and it has like your course plotted. It stops, zooms in, stops again, zooms in again, and it shows you where you are. You're on your
Yeah.
course. You were just stopped, like the chief engineer, when he ejected the engine,
Oh god.
did it at the worst possible time.
First.
And knowing, since you are a navigator, knowing that the Kestrel essentially is what keeps you from getting pulled into these singularities, it like bounces you off of them essentially.
Yeah.
The
Auntie?
Kestrel's probably the only thing that has been keeping you from being pulled towards it.
Yeah. Auntie,
Yes, Simmons.
are you able to run a simulation for recovering the drive, the Kestrel?
So the Kestrel is still there. The Kestrel is the
Oh.
the shield generator.
It's the end.
Oh,
Yeah, the engine.
okay. My
Engine.
bad. Okay.
It's gone.
Yeah. Then the experimental drive. I mean, sorry.
Scanning. Drive found. Yes, I can do a simulation.
If you can determine without the simulation how to recover it.
Recovering the warp drive will require a... Crap, it just jumped out of my brain. The word was here.
A spacewalk.
Yeah, spacewalk.
Spacewalk, essentially. Yeah.
Oh god, an extra vehicular excursion. Okay. Damn it. I'm the only one with 0G training, aren't I?
No, actually,
Oh, good. Thank God.
I am also 0G trained. So,
Uh,
and mechanical repair.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Then, Auntie, can you plot a deviation in the course to recover the drive and get us away from the black hole? I'll verify it later, and then I think we need to take an extravehicular excursion.
Yeah, that's yeah, this is a moment in the movie where Doig takes off the glasses and is like, my god.
There are sunglasses underneath the
Right.
sunglasses.
Yeah. This is another set of sunglasses.
And if you look
God.
closely, there's a fake mustache on the sunglasses, but the real mustache is still there.
The real mustache is wearing a fake mustache.
Yes, yeah. I need to have a little Mel Brooks in here, or I'm just gonna die of fear.
You've got to.
Got it.
So,
Right.
Zio, you notice that Mitch, the fellow who has the gun, the big gun, is just kind of staring out the window, and he's got the gun dangling to his side. He reaches up and he just like puts his hand on the window itself, and I mean he's just like completely in awe of what he sees. And then you notice the like dribbling line of kind of clearish fluid mixed with a little blood that's exiting his right ear.
Um,
And very softly, because you aren't interacting with the conversation that's going on, you hear him say, "Ah, that noise stopped. Finally."
Can I take the goo?
Sure.
I have chemistry as one of my skills.
Nice.
Can I like analyze that?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll it.
Alright, maybe I don't hate it as much anymore. Hate it a
So
little
that would
less.
be intellect plus my skill, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll 200 on my phone. That's easy. Right, still a D100 for everything?
Correct.
So, okay, yeah. So I've got a 74 for chemistry, and I got a 48 under 74.
Excellent. So there is some cerebral spinal fluid with blood, and there are like some really elevated chemicals that shouldn't be elevated. It's completely escaping me what goes up when you're like completely
Stress?
Catatonic?
stressed. Yeah, is it serotonin
Like
or is it
cortisol?
cortisol? Thank you. Yeah,
Ah,
cortisols
yeah.
are just off the charts. Like more like cortisol blood.
Finally, my biochemistry degree actually did something for
Yay!
me. That wasn't a humble brag. That's really the first time.
I love it.
Crewman Mitch, your cortisol levels are extremely high.
Hearing that, Mitch is gonna turn around, or Joy's gonna turn around to Mitch and be like, Mitch, you still with us?
As you're looking at Mitch, he's got his hand on the window, the gun in his hand that's kind of drooped down, and you notice in his left ear there's fluid draining out. He's just kind of staring, like almost enraptured by the sight of this singularity.
Mitch?
Joy's gonna go over to Mitch and just kind of like put a hand on his shoulder. Hey, buddy. Hey, man. Friend.
He looks over at you and looks down at your hand. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know what? Like, you know that the drink we had earlier, trying to get a response of any kind.
Yeah.
Just gonna keep rambling.
Mitch, I'm a little worried that Dog won't have anything to defend himself with. Do you think you could give Dog your explosive?
Doesn't seem to hear either of you.
Yeah.
He takes a sigh.
Shit.
Like, yeah, you're right. And then he
hand it
turns and
over.
he walks towards the area that you're going towards.
Don't.
Okay. All right.
Am I
I'm
still
not-
carrying all the weapons?
Yeah, you would be, right?
Yeah, so you've got a sack of like ammo and several explosives.
remember.
I think you have like 11 fragmentation grenades in there, a bunch of ammo, something. He just has like one grenade on him, a couple magazines for his gun, and then the rifle that he has. And he just pushes the door like control, and he goes shh, and opens, and he steps in.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna follow him.
Raises
Behind
his
him
gun.
Look at Sim as like, I don't think he's here anymore. Oh shit.
Just starts unloading the gun into the room.
Nope, nope, nope. Zio, stop him. You could put it down. Just stop him.
Zio grabs a gun. Stop him.
Uh,
he drops
Restrain
it in
him.
just restrain.
Affirmative.
Yeah.
I walk in the room and I put him in a Charlie horse.
Okay. Go ahead and do a combat roll.
I can Vulcan nerve pinch him, but I won't.
If
You're
you
the only
have
one.
hand-to-hand combat under expert skills, you can use that.
I don't.
Do you have military training?
I don't.
Okay.
I think he's the only one.
Just combat then,
I don't think any of us combat at all.
right?
Not at all.
A straight combat roll. Okay. I got a 12 under 46.
Perfect. Yeah, you go up. You actually just like clip the gun out of his hand. It stops firing. You like put your arms up under his armpits and headlock him. Looking past, you just see like this geyser of the like gel that the backup officer androids rest in, and there's just like smoke, sparks, a little bit of fire is starting as they're coming off the pods that those androids rest in.
We gotta lock it. We gotta lock this down. Zio, get out of that room. We gotta lock this room out.
Zio. Yeah.
No, just I was agreeing.
Zio looks at the other pods that are now inoperable. And like, if you didn't know any better, you would swear they got a little sad. And then they just drag Mitch out of the room.
As Zio drags Mitch past you, he's just like, cool.
Vibes.
And as they like pass the threshold, I will slam the button to shut and lock the door.
Okay.
Zio, can you restrain? He's got some zip ties.
Always.
Oh wait, duct tape, zip ties.
Right?
This man's ready.
Either of those would work.
Grabs a couple of extra long zip ties, extra strength, and hands them. Is like, just get his arms down so I can get him restrained.
I make quick work of this.
Yeah, as you do, you notice he's pretty placid. He doesn't really put up any resistance. Now that like that, it seems like once that was done, he just didn't have anything else to do, and so he allows you to restrain him, You zip tie him up. What do you do with him?
Mitch, what is going on?
I don't think you can hear us anymore. I mean, hold on. Let me try some. Mitch, I'm stronger than you. See nothing. I don't think. I think he's
Oh my
gone.
God. Okay. I guess lock him somewhere where he can be kept safe and can't hurt himself. Are there like?
I hold up a trank pistol. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was gonna say, do you want me to put him to sleep?
Yes, if you can
How do you
carry him.
name that?
Yeah, without killing him.
Yeah, I don't. That's tempting. We should probably put him to sleep, honestly.
Yeah, tranquilize him, and we can put him in his room.
Yeah,
seal
right
the door.
after we're done resetting, Zio, we can get him back to his room. Get him.
If we have access to a pod, that'll work.
Yeah, we gotta find one. I mean, there's the central room for the androids is over here.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, lead the way. You know this better than I do.
Yeah, and I'll lead to the nearest pod.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe try to find one that's empty or clear one out.
Also, I do want to say, I have put fresh bullets in my gun. I have reloaded.
Sounds good. Thank you for letting me know. Later, I'm just like, sorry, you didn't say you put bullets in.
You might have done that in this game.
Right. So
Loading mags.
You pass by the room that has the destroyed. They're not really they're bio beds that hold these androids that are essentially the officers' backups. Their memories are stored every day in these. And Doig, you haven't been able to back yours up because you have to come back into the area and do that, and you haven't been back here in like a good 5 or 6 days.
Oh, he procrastinates on it. Like he's supposed to do it every day, but he does it like maybe once a week.
Okay.
Because he has to, or else he'll get fined.
And
I'm just here because I don't get fined.
I don't know how you feel about this, but you know your android is not in here. It's in a different area, and so it was not one that just got shot up. Go ahead and make we're going to call it a fear check as you're passing by this.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Hate it. Oh, so close to critically failing, but not critically failing.
But just failing?
It was failing. It
Just
is
normal
hardcore failing.
Okay. Add a
but
stress.
not critical. You got it.
As you're walking through, Doig, you look over and you do see your android. You didn't think it was being kept in here. And it like opens its eyes and there's just like these holes that just seem to like pull everything in. And he reaches up, like puts his hand on the edge of the shattered biobed cover and sits up.
No.
What?
You go back to sleep. You go back to sleep.
I'm gonna have you do a panic check.
Yeah, baby.
But I have to find the panic table real quick. Sorry.
Oh yeah, panic table. That
Get
it is on
good.
page 21, and I have it. If you want to roll.
So it's a D20?
Yep.
D20.
And you roll above your current stress.
Mhm.
And if you fail, you take the condition listed for your current stress. I believe.
Okay. Trauma. So I failed.
Okay.
A 7.
And what is your current
Nightmares?
So
But
you
we can change
rolled
it if
you
it's-
rolled a 7, right?
Yes, I rolled a
Okay.
7.
But what is your current? Oh no, because then there is a d20 that you roll.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, and then you look up your result on the panic table. So it is the number you
the
rolled.
app-
Oh,
Yeah, the app did it for me. So
yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
yes, that is what it is. So nightmares means you gain a new condition. Sleep is difficult, and you gain disadvantage on all rest saves,
Okay.
which is what we use to decrease our stress.
Right. So add that to your character, and you
Your-
blink, and it's gone. And the figure in the biobed is actually like the backup med doctor, which probably good that it hasn't activated. That means the medical doctor is still alive somewhere on the ship. But if they die, their backup is toast.
Is my backup over here?
It roll any die. Let me know if you get odd or even.
Okay. I got an odd 5 out of 6.
It is.
I've always wanted to see it. Can I look at mine, Doug?
I mean, I would not recommend it, but curiosity kills the cat and all. But I mean, it's up to you, man.
It's already pretty weird in here. I'm just curious to see myself. I'll look. Yeah, I'll walk up. And I assume the glass on it might be cold and frosted, so
Well, so this is
wipe
the area that Mitch shot up.
Oh shoot.
So
Oh,
yours
okay.
is in one of the shot up tubes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't love that. Okay. Well, if I die and they revive me as a robot, at least I won't need air. All right, then
Wait.
never mind. Save that one for later.
So do you you kind of go over and you're looking and you realize that the biobed is severely damaged. There's goo seeping out of it. You can see
Oh no.
within it your features just kind of sleeping in that kind of weird effect that being underwater gives features.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and we're gonna do a
Would you say san or would you say fear?
what would you say? What are you feeling at this moment?
I think this is more of a sanity thing because
Okay.
it would be an attack on almost my own identity,
Yeah.
right? And my sense of self. So that feels more like sanity than fear to me.
Okay.
All right, and I got a 1.
Can't get any better than that, right?
That's pretty dang good.
No. Yeah.
You just kind of that sucks. Maybe you can come back later and patch those holes or something. But you just kind of
That's-
shrug it off.
That's interesting. Auntie,
Yes, Simmons.
if you can, run repairs on my replacement robot.
Activating repair units now.
Thank you. Right, let's go on. I don't want to think about that too much longer.
Zio,
Yeah,
you
and it-
notice several more AI presences pop up in your network as other bots activate nearby.
We could have had repair robots the whole time. Damn. Why didn't I know that?
I assumed it would be the tube would have a repair procedure.
Well, these aren't these are very specific things.
They're probably
so...
small and they go into the tube.
Yeah.
Yeah, you notice these like little scorpion type things swim through
Oh
the.
no, you made it worse.
Yes.
No.
They go down and start excreting goo, and it fills the holes. There you go.
Right.
You asked, I answered. Now what?
Yeah. Right.
Doig's gonna start heading. Zio, come on, let's get you plugged in, and it's gonna head like this direction. Is this one of the android pods?
Yeah. So if you, sorry. So you want to go here?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, gonna start directing that way. Like we should mosey so we could go do a spacewalk. You know what I mean?
As
Yeah,
you get to the
give me the
door,
time.
it
Do you
doesn't
still
open.
want me to sleep?
Yes, sleep.
Oh,
Sorry,
yes.
I
sleep.
assumed you put him to sleep. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Good night, Mitch.
Right in the neck. It's
Right.
always in the neck
The
and space.
forehead.
I think I just set the bag of weapons on top of him and then just drag all.
Okay. So, following you, dragging Mitch and the bag of weapons, Zio enters the room. The room is dimly lit with the ambient red light. There is a bit of brilliance coming in through the window from the edge of the singularity. What do you do?
I'm gonna sit down, grab the computer, the nearest terminal computer, start clicking, clacking away, because this is sort of part of my job.
Yeah.
So, start clacking away, trying to get, see if there's a pod available. And
So you can plug Zio right here, like just plug Zio
Perfect.
into this.
I'm gonna plug him right in, and just start getting to work and reset. Simmons is gonna take me a minute just to keep a.
Understood.
Okay. I'm not gonna have you do a check for this because it is like it's pretty basic. If you don't have a possibility of failing it, I'm not gonna have you roll for it. So you essentially enter this diagnostic repair mode for Zio. Zio's eyes close, and Zio, you go into like a standby mode. You're somewhat aware, but not capable of like interacting with things. But as soon as you enter the standby mode, in what you've heard humans refer to as like the mind's eye, which you don't really necessarily have, but you close your eyes and you see this face again, this strange kind of distorted, almost like it's made of sound but energy too. And it now remember, only Zio can hear this. It tells you that you should go and turn off the Kestrel drive.
Wake up.
Everything's fine.
And Doig, you finish up your diagnostic. You notice like some of this code kind of glitches as you're like fixing it, and then just everything kind of falls into line and it starts auto repairing, and yeah, everything seems to be fine.
That was great. All right. Wake up, Zio.
Good.
And unplug.
This took several
Hello.
minutes. Is there anything that Simmons was doing while that was happening?
Simmons was, as requested, keeping an eye out looking for danger, and it was like paranoiac with like the pistol out, just like looking all around, right? And waiting for the next bad thing to happen.
Okay.
And then maybe I'll check on like Auntie, making sure that we are shifting course to get aligned to go get the drive?
Yeah, so with the thrusters available, Auntie can kind of get the ship to a point where it'll be easier to get the drive with a spacewalk.
And how much time do we have?
Right now, it's kind of until life support runs out. The Kestrel drive is keeping you just kind of hanging here. In fact, as you're kind of realizing that, as you're going through this information, you realize that like the sway of the ship and watching the trailers behind you, the trailers don't have the benefit of the Kestrel's shield around them. They're just drugged by the ship. Might be a design flaw, like no one thought you'd be stopping next to a singularity,
I
but
remember that. I reported it.
so it's just kind of like you are the anchor and it's just like seaweed caught on you kind of thing, where it's trying to go with the flow of what's being pulled towards the singularity. But right now Kestrel is keeping you from moving.
Okay. Then we have until life support runs out to get the drive, so I'd rather do that sooner than later.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go get suited up.
Yeah.
Can I run to my quarters real quick?
Sure. What for?
Well, my boots are in there for one thing, so that's one. And also, just, some comfort stuff.
It would be good to relieve some stress, that's certain.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's do that then.
You got it. Remind
to-
me, what are all the activities we could do to relieve stress? Because I think it's like downtime, something like
Drinking, fornicating, gambling.
Well,
yeah, just whatever your
clearly-
vices are.
Right.
clearly
Pick a
gonna
vice.
fornicate like crazy.
Doig goes and doesn't wake up, doesn't like turn on Doig's clone thing, just like brings it into their room. The door.
Doig's got a closet that is locked, that looks like a gun case. Open it up, it's just Bad Dragon.
God bless us, everyone. Like Christmas morning.
Another time, precious. Is gonna pull out a bottle of Jameson though.
Okay.
That clearly was not approved to be here, and also refill his vape that ran out probably an hour ago.
Fair.
And put a new cartridge in his vape, and be like, Simmons, you want to partake? What's your
He
vice?
just grabs the bottle first. Just like knocks back like a swig of it.
So while this
Thanks
is
for a
going on,
moment.
Zio, what are you up to?
I'm following orders.
So are you following the orders from the voice in your head?
Yeah, I think I just drop Mitch and the bag of weapons. So he's unconscious in the middle of the android center, just with a giant bag of weapons weighing him down. Just leave him there, and off I go.
Okay. So while the stress relief is going on, I will let you do a intellect check, both of you, to see if you notice Zio leave.
I think that is the kindest
Bye.
thing you could have done right
Yeah,
now.
that's the nicest thing.
Bye. I'm just gonna start making. my way
I
downtown.
succeed with a 28 under 57.
Okay.
I also succeed.
Okay. So as you come out with your bottle of Jameson and Simmons is standing there, you just notice that Zio like walks down the hallway opposite of where you entered, and disappears, like walks off that way.
Yeah.
Zio.
God damn it. Do we relieve any stress during that?
Do you want to wait and relieve stress, or do you want to go after Zio?
I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
No, no.
I'm only at 17. It's fine. I'll be all right.
We'll live forever. Let's go get him.
Yeah.
So, as Zio walks down the corridor beyond you, you decide, well, hell, we better find out what that's about. Auntie goes, yes, Simmons. Turning off the light system now. The
Why?
lights all turn off. Everything's plunged into darkness except for the glaring white radiance of the singularity outside. We're gonna go to break.
Yay.
And we'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Welcome back, everyone.
Zio has
Perfect.
gummies and didn't
Right?
share. I'm upset now.
I apologize.
You walk
for
in the
nothing.
hallway and Zio's just stuffing their face with gummy worms.
I don't even need to eat.
Right?
Less scary than I thought it would be.
I just
I
do this for
apologize for
fun.
nothing.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us for the second part of the second episode of Mothership 19 Hertz. I'm like, what's it called? I don't remember. You're heading over.
Hell?
What's that?
Hell?
Mothership.
In space.
In space. You were all heading down a hallway. Zio is ahead of you, just trucking along as the two of you scramble after him, or
Oh yeah, we're the pace was slow at first, and then it, like maybe a quick exchange between us, and we're like, yeah, we should go. We should really.
Yeah, the lights just went out.
right?
Yeah.
We're only lit by the exterior, and our robot assistant has decided to go off while we were gonna chill for a moment and gather our spirits.
On a walkabout.
Yeah, that needs to be followed up on.
And
You can see the glow of Zio's eyes.
perfect. And right as like Zio looks back at you, their eyes glowing, you see them in like the stark white light from the window, and then they step into a doorway that leads into the hall that goes beyond and disappears. Do you have lights to follow Zio with?
Got my headlamp.
Okay, so
On
you
my
pull up your rave
pistol.
hoodie.
Yeah, I've got one on
And
my
you-
pistol.
Okay, cool. So, in the sporadic moving light of your flashlight and your hoodie, you see Zio heading towards the fore of the ship.
I'm gonna call out Zio a couple times, like Zio, new orders, no, hello. thinking that there's anything that Toy could do to try to reach him.
And now, Zio, you can react however you'd like.
I think once again, like he keeps walking, but he turns his head around like an owl again and is just hello, dog.
Zio, whose instruction are you following?
The computer.
Uh,
Would I say Simmons then?
Yes, you
Right?
would.
Yeah. Simmons. And then I say, goodbye, Doik. And then turn my head back around and keep going.
Zio, halt. Okay. Can you verify the most recent order you were following prior to mine just now?
Prior to prior
A halt
to
order.
eject Kestrel engine. Goodbye.
Cancel that order.
He's gone.
No, come back. Gotta
Oh my
run.
God.
Continue running.
Follow
Yeah.
priority 1 command. Follow priority 1 command.
Zio, deprioritize command to disable the Kestrel.
So that'd be like a persuasion roll.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
How
know
do we
what to do
resolve
from
this?
here. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh God.
If Zio feels like this is because Simmons is the one who is in charge of the ship currently, go ahead and do a intellect check.
Okay, so I'm getting contradicting orders. Confused little robot baby.
Oh, a poor boy.
He's a very confused boy. He's just trying to do his best. 29 under 64.
Nice. Yeah, that's completely fine.
He stops.
New instruction. Never disable the Kestrel without an in-person order from me or Dog.
Confirmed.
Confirm in person any orders received remotely with me.
Statement. Contradictory. Statement. Contradictory.
All future orders should be confirmed in person.
No remote orders.
Yes,
Confirmed.
thank you.
Auntie.
Yes, Zia.
Query. I am no longer able to receive remote orders.
That appears to be correct.
If you need me, I'll be here.
Oh God.
Thank you, Zia.
All right.
But I hate this dog.
Yeah, and we have to go walk, and this is gonna be. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah. I don't think we get to have our drink. Do you?
Zio,
Joy.
can you set a timer for stasis mode?
For me?
Yeah. Like go to sleep, but set a timer to wake back up.
Yeah, like giving us an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give us an hour to chill.
Can androids go into stasis without being in their pod?
Sure, I don't see why not. You just become inactive for a given amount of time.
Sad.
Go. Come to my room. You can get all comfy on my bed.
Yeah, follow us.
The true horror of tonight is the fact that my dog joined me. I did deliver the pupper treat that was redeemed, and she
We
has
witnessed.
horrible gas.
Oh no!
Oh, and I'm trapped in this room with her.
Ah, boy.
Revenge.
Good dog.
I'm just
Yay.
like, what is the... Oh, of course.
It might as well happen.
I wish I could share this with you all.
Nothing.
Someday, you know.
Right.
I'm good. I have gummy worms. I'm good.
I have Skittles, but I have a feeling that the Skittles would taste weird right at the moment.
Probably.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna plan.
Yeah,
We're gonna walk back to Doig's room
Okay.
with Zio. We're gonna put Zio in stasis on the bed. I'm gonna tuck him in. Like, here you go. Nice and comfy, right? Happy
He
Android.
does not lay down. He just awkwardly sits up and lets you pull the blankets up to his waist and kind of sits
Like-
there.
I imagine you draping them on the shoulders around
Yeah.
like, back in
Right.
front. Like,
Like I'm wearing
Like a
bib.
All right. Good night. Happy Android. All right. Oh, yes.
Goodbye, dog.
Oh my god, I need a drink.
Yeah, he is taking hot puffs of that vape.
That bloody thing is creepy. Helpful, but creepy.
Very creepy. I know. I just. I wish, if only they just gave him a little color. Like.
Personalities and in the. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope we get home.
Same. Yeah.
Let's figure this out.
You're gonna see at the desk of Doig's room a little picture frame of a gorgeous, drop-dead, gorgeous woman and a boy holding up a diploma.
Does the boy have a mustache too?
Damn right.
Family trait.
Family.
Out of the womb.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, he was
Completely
born that
bald.
way.
Glorious mustache.
Actually, his is like the full handle
Oh,
going
God
all the way
bless.
up.
This
Yeah.
like 9-year-old?
Well, he graduated from college. But there's another picture of him in grade school also.
Beautiful. All right. So let's relieve stress.
Yeah.
Please. Oh, God.
Next to that is a sonogram.
With like a mustache in the static.
Amazing.
Comically too big for the baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Y'all.
How do we relieve stress?
This is how we do it.
Stress has been relieved.
Wow,
Huzzah!
IRL.
Huzzah, right.
All right.
So
yeah,
how much?
I'll double check if I remember. Oh, here it is. So you can. I have it up. You can relieve stress by resting in a relatively safe space. You make a rest save using your worst save. If you success, reduce your stress by the ones digit rolled. So my worst save is body. So I will roll that. Ugh, I failed with a 38 over
Okay.
21.
I also failed.
Hey, it felt good to laugh, but there's still especially with Zio just sitting there,
So
hovering.
if you fail, you gain a stress.
Oh,
Just so you know.
excellent.
Yep.
Can you remind me, once you hit 20, what happens?
I will double check. You run the risk of being pulled out of the game. I don't think it happens automatically.
Okay,
Yeah. But let me double check. I'll get back to you.
awesome.
Hold
Thank
on. So wait, not only do I take one more stress, I take two more stress.
you. Oh, right, because of Simmons.
Yeah. So I'm at 19.
19. Perfect.
Yeah. So you can't go higher than 20, but that means on any panic check, you're always going to fail. You just are rolling to figure out how you react, and if you roll a 20 when you fail, you're out of the game.
Okay. Thanks for checking on that.
Mhm.
So,
And that's because that's what the stress table says.
Doig, as you're sitting there and you're drinking this, you tip the bottle up, and you just happen to glance down, and something, it almost looks like a worm, but it has pinchers and legs, and it goes into your mouth. What?
Can I fight it?
This is Doig.
Oh, Doig, sorry.
What's up? It's just got him.
What is going on? Are you okay?
I got something in my mouth. Some wormy. You see?
Is there anything in there?
You don't see anything.
No, there's nothing.
I'm gonna look around on the floor to see if I popped it out.
Doug, you look over and it's scuttling across. It's climbing up your bed, and it just went into Zio's ear.
It just went in the android.
What? Wake it up.
Wake up! Wake up! Zio! Wake up! Scan
Time
for
remaining.
scan for foreign bodies in your body. Yeah.
Copy that.
Time remaining. 58 minutes.
A whole 2 minutes went by of the hour.
Was that a whole hour?
No. It
I didn't
was,
think so, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I like that it's just right away, and that's why we fail. God damn. Check for contamination in your
Wait.
person.
I am covered in fluid.
What does that keep happening?
No,
Oh,
what's
God.
the fluid that I was found in?
Still
Yeah.
wet.
Yeah, the coolant.
The coolant, yeah. Dermis covered in coolant fluid. I'm dry now. But sticky.
Good job. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's go.
Doig, as you're looking at Zio, you start hearing this noise, and Zio's mouth is moving and just making this noise as it kind of shifts.
Doig?
There's something wrong with that android. He's gonna start reaching for his gun. There's
Doig?
something wrong with that android. There's something in it.
I didn't see it. And Zio says there's nothing, right, Zio?
Correct.
Are you sure it's just not the stress getting to you? It's been a lot.
I feel like this might need to be a persuasion. At a 19 stress.
I get that. So is that contested against me?
So you
Or-
go ahead and roll an intellect,
Okay.
Simmons.
All right. Well, here's nothing. We got a 33, which is a crit success under 57.
Alright, yeah, Doig's gonna be like, alright. Trust you, Simmons.
Remember, we have to get home, and we can't
Yeah.
do that without this one.
And
I
you know,
hate
now
that
that Simmons
so
has said
much.
that, like you look at Zio and Zio's not making that noise anymore, and you actually remember Zio saying everything checks out fine. And you're trying to like correlate these two separate memories that happened at the same time. It's a little weird, but you're just gonna forget it for now. Let it go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta get suited up and get out.
Indeed. Zio, can you lead the way?
Where are we going again?
We're gonna go
Uh,
get our
On a
Well,
space
wouldn't-
bug.
so we talked to the computer earlier to figure out a good the best way to retrieve it and reinstall it. So we would need to ask Auntie.
Yeah, so Auntie was trying to use the thrusters to essentially put you in the best position to do your spacewalk to go get it.
Yeah, and then we were gonna, once in position, go get it. So hopefully by the time we are suited up at the dock, we can take the airlock out.
Probably not the one you foamed shut, but the other one.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
The
Yeah.
other one.
And do both of us need to go, or can one of us stay behind and hang out with the android?
What do you think your best chance of success is?
I'm just a little guy. I don't know what the deal is.
And you've done nothing creepy yet.
Well,
I'm a,
Simmons,
yeah, what do you think?
you went in to the tank for me. I think this is my this is for me to do.
And I think Simmons puts a hand on your shoulder and looks deeply into your mustache and says, "Are you sure?"
I ship it.
I just want to make sure you feel supported.
Simmons, you're
Then you hold my shoulder, right? Is that what this is?
you've proven to be a much better. I know that I've been a real asshole. You've been a really good. You really stepped up, and I gotta thank you for that. But this has gotta be me.
If you're sure,
Yeah.
then that's fine. I just wish the captain was still around. She'd be a huge help. But, alright.
Yeah, that captain, it's definitely would have been helpful. I hope she's okay. Wherever she is.
The odds are low, but hopefully, maybe when we get through this, we'll find her.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright, let's go over to the dock. Zio, are you ready
Ready for what, Simmons?
to stand by with me and get over to the dry dock?
Standing. And then he pivots over. Oh, I broke something. It's fine. I'm just running. And then he stands up. It's fine. I just broke my trash can. It's fine.
Is that a euphemism for something? Guys?
No, literally.
I was busting my trash can.
Okay. Let's get on then.
Okay.
Okay. So the three of you head out from Doig's room. Are you going back the way you recently came, or are you going to head up? Sorry, I'm trying to remember what the left side of the ship is called compared to the right side. I know one is starboard.
Port.
Yeah.
Port is right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Port is
Port
left.
will be on the left side. Starboard is on the right side.
Oh, okay. So are you going on starboard, which is the Doig would know would be the safer route, so that Simmons would not see the captain?
Yeah.
Or are you going to go on port?
We're gonna go the safer route.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So as you head that direction, you leave the room. You head back to where you left Mitch. Mitch is still there and is blissfully sleeping away. He's actually snuggled up with the gun that he's been carrying. He's just like a little bit of drool.
Using
He
the
was
bag of
zip-tied,
weapons as a
wasn't he?
weighted blanket.
Yeah, he was zip tied with
He
his
is. So
hands.
he's just laying on the side with it.
Gotcha.
Like resting on it like a pillow.
Right.
Yep.
Doig's gonna real quickly just take the clip out of that gun
Okay.
and
Sensible.
put it back in the bag and just keep the bag with us. Oh,
Sounds
and the
good.
explosive he had on his and the
Yeah.
other clips.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember all this shit.
Right.
We just like
You would like
loot
to
the
leave
body.
him without something to blow
Yes.
himself up with, or somewhere
Or
else.
us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you going to leave him
Mostly
in the
us.
hallway, or
Yeah, here we go.
did you want to put him somewhere else?
I think he's alright there.
I mean, he's not any better in the rooms, clearly.
I mean, it's not like the hallways is crawling with people or anything.
Other things.
Yeah, those creepy ass android things. Not you, the other little ones, the
The
little
other one.
scorpion ones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
The X2
The little guy.
0Hs.
Yeah.
They're super
Not you
creepy.
though. You're good. You're good. Yeah.
Oh,
You're
don't
one of the
trust
good
their
ones.
manufacturer.
Zio, you're my favorite android.
Thank you.
Today.
I hate it so much.
All right, keep going.
As you step out, the ambient red lights are back. So everything is just kind of awash in that red light, except for, again, you're still in the aft part of the ship and you can see the Singularity's light pouring in. which technically you will have to kind of do a little bit of crossing over. You won't quite be able to go back the way you went if you're trying to avoid the captain's android room and the room that you locked, so because it probably has decompressed by now. So moving through the ship, you head back up, and you actually have a pretty easy time getting up to the hangar.
Oh God,
Passing
that's so
by
far.
passing by like the area where the captain's room is, and the Exo's room, and Mitch's room. You do hear some music playing from a room that's in the hallway, kind of on the far side of the ship. I don't know if you do anything about that.
That's a later problem. I ain't got time for that.
Are there other people still awake on the ship, like running around, crew members, or is everybody?
You haven't seen anyone else that's alive.
Oh, good.
Yeah, unclear.
Hold on.
Okay.
What's the music? Can we tell what the music is, or is it just a vague boom, 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 boom?
The Macarena.
Hey, Macarena.
Ah!
So I'm not 100% sure what the answer to that question would be. Juicy, what would Burton be listening to?
Oh no.
God. He's listening to house music. I'm
Okay.
like, what would the worst finance bro listen to? And it's like really shitty house music that you can pick up in like Target, like CD aisles. Whatever
Gotcha.
the future version of the Wayland Yutani hellscape that
Now,
this
that's
is
what
like.
I call house music 7004.
Oh my God, yes. That's what I call. Yup.
Yeah. Doig, unironically, is actually kind of like Bobbin.
I'm not surprised. I bet that Doig recognizes this as all like derivative drivel.
But yeah, I don't have time for that. Let's keep going.
Agreed.
And you find yourselves in the hangar.
All right.
Moving up.
Start suiting up.
Indeed.
I guess I could grab my. Oh my God, I'm all the way down there.
Yeah. We're getting there.
This ship is huge.
It's huge.
I guess I'm standing in hangar control.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that would work.
What is Zio doing?
I guess I just follow you, right?
Okay.
Come along, Zio. Does Zio have 0G?
No.
Okay.
It's not one of the things that I took. Zio has linguistics and mathematics and chemistry and computer and all these great skills that don't help us at all right now.
Yep. We got a lot of those. Okay.
Mathematics might be helpful in this situation, though.
Oh, yeah, it could be.
So calculating, space
That's
shit.
true.
Mhm.
So, Doig's gonna get suited up, get ready, get extra tethers, cause he ain't fucking around no more.
No, we duplicate your umbilical.
I have paracord.
Just keep going. Yep. And there's gonna be have trusty C wrench, a bunch of just get the toolkit and get ready to go.
Okay.
All right, Simmons, get the comms. Wish me luck.
Good luck, mate. And come back.
Yeah, I'll do that too. That's a good one.
Yeah. Hopefully with the engine.
Absolutely. Got my lasso right here. He's got like as many tethers as he's getting.
Yeah, and he'll like
carry.
give you like a good luck tap on your helmet, like a thunk thunk thunk. All right. I'll be in hangar control with the robot.
Yep.
Okay. So you're going to use that drop down that's in the center. It'll take you down into a chamber, and then it'll seal off. Around you, you can see cargo that is all strapped in and everything, and there is like a port that goes out, and it drops down, and essentially there's just a huge opening in the bottom of the ship that you'll exit out of to bring the engine back in, or essentially to go probably the best course, because the engine's actually huge. You're not going to be able to like roll it down the hallways, so you're going to have to put it back where it came from. It has like an ejection port, right?
Yeah.
But to get out there, you have to go out this way.
Yeah. Figures.
As the door above you closes shut, some red lights kind of kick on down here, and you actually have a hard time noticing that the door has opened, because the light beyond is being devoured by the singularity, and you're not facing the singularity right now, so you don't see it. But looking out, you don't realize that it's open until you feel the door settle, and there's like that boom.
UV, and it looks exactly like the the UV shield comes down. It's exactly the same. Rock and roll, baby. And he starts tethering as he goes.
Okay.
And continuing to unhook, rehook, just like bouldering. It's just like bouldering, he says to himself. Just like bouldering. Remember gravity? That was fun.
Gravity's for sissies. As you get out of the door and you begin, tethering on and extending that line and going out towards where the engine is, you hear it's more like the vibration in your feet, because you're still kind of like walking on the ship at this point, as the door begins to close. And up above, you can feel the shuddering of the ship as the door shuts, and you can hear the clanging of it shutting. So let's do a 0G check. Doig.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Okay, 0G would be intellect, right?
Yes, intellect, and then your trained skill.
Yes.
Oh dear.
70 out of 62. I'm sorry, no. 52.
We'll go ahead and take that stress.
Oh, I did.
That's going to put you at
20.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's an important number for some reason.
That's a very interesting number.
Yeah.
As you begin like using the pack and everything to kind of guide yourself, you look out away from the ship, and essentially all you can see is like the edges of the helmet and black. There's nothing to like orient on. And you feel your heart speed up, and the adrenaline starts to kick in, and you're breathing a little fast, and inside you're scanning vitals. You can see Doig's heart rate's going up. Yes.
Can I have a question.
Yes.
Is there a spotlight I can aim at the engine to help with future rolls for like Doig using 0G to get to it?
Sure. Yeah, I can
like
see
the
that there would be. What's that?
I like the horrible timing of this, because it's like Doig stresses out, and I'm like, where on the panel is the thing? And then I hit the button, and just as like Doig's on the verge of a panic attack, the light goes on the thing, and he can correct.
So
Classic.
looking around.
Him.
What's that?
Or it startles them.
Right. So you're looking around for the light controls. Not really your area of expertise. Go ahead and do an industrial equipment check.
Okay, I can do that. Oh boy. CO, you don't remember where the button for the bot controls are? Oh, I think, is that it? And I got a 20 under 67, and I point to like a big red button that says spot
Lights.
control.
Right?
Is that the one?
Or the lights.
Yes.
The external ship lights.
Yes.
Yes, Simmons.
Thank you. And he'll hit the button.
The sassiest
Kinda-
robot.
It's gradually becoming more human and it's creeping everybody out.
What would Simmons do in order to figure out how to point it at
Yeah.
the engine?
I imagine that there's like a CRT with like grainy green imagery and like IR spectrum, and there's like a joystick knob where I have to aim it, and I have to understand how to read this shitty screen to be able to aim it properly, and that's why I needed that roll once I got the button to turn it on.
Okay. Doig, you're looking out, and you're like breathing heavy. You're starting to like see spots. Like you're just taking in so much oxygen so fast, and there's just this like sensation that comes over you that is just so hard to control. You just start vibrating, and then you notice, oh, that has to be the engine over there, and so you hit your buttons and you like shoot off from the hull. And you're going out and you're like extending your line behind you as fast as you can. You're trying to get there. You just want to get back in, and you reach out to grab this like huge ball that's just floating in space, right?
Mm-hmm.
Inside, Simmons, you're aiming around with it. You're like moving the light back and forth. You're scanning around, trying to figure out where the engine is. There's Doig. Doig has left the hull and is now floating off into space. Doig seems to be reaching for something. You move the light. As you move back, you catch flashes of Doig. You move up, trying to figure out what Doig is trying to grab. You drop the camera back down. You see Doig. You see Doig's line and the frayed end of it kind of float off past the camera.
Doig? Can you hear me?
Doig, there's this like humming that's vibrating your helmet. It's really hard to concentrate. You're sweating.
Doig?
Your mustache is like kind of like drooping down
Sweat.
into your mouth, right? You can't spit it out. You're having a hard time breathing. You look down at your oxygen reserves. It says you have like 5 minutes left. You've been breathing way too fast. You're like, I just got to get this thing, and you keep trying to grab you're just trying to grab it.
I'm gonna get it. It's right there.
Doig,
I got it.
Doig, what are you doing? You've been cut loose.
I can't hear
Doig.
him, right? No. I got it. I'm almost there.
Oh my god.
Continues just floating.
Yeah. Does Simmons do anything? Or
Is there
Zio?
anything? Yeah. Zio, do you see this? Is there anything you can do?
I think Zio just
Creepy head tilt.
is there are there like robotic arms outside of the ship to like pick up cargo?
There are where Doig is a little awkward to get to, but I'll give you one chance. to try and grab Doig
Ah!
with the claw before Doig is out of reach.
Great.
So let's do I feel like that's industrial equipment. If you don't have that, it would just be intellect.
Which is not a big deal. Okay, so yeah, Zero sits at the computer and starts. Can I have my phone?
And I just imagine Simmons like freaking out at the panel, trying to get the camera to figure out what Doig is going for.
Yeah.
26 under 64.
Okay. In the camera, you see a mechanical arm that is essentially used to grab like crates and such. It kind of extends out and slowly is reaching after Doig and just barely catches like the backpack part, and you stop Doig all of a sudden, and the engine just like spins off from you and disappears from like the lamp.
No! Mother!
It occurs to me we probably could have done the same thing just to get the damn engine, but we're here now.
You don't see the engine though in the camera.
Oh, that's right. That's fair.
It's all in me head.
Oh, I
Yeah.
missed it. I don't have one of those.
No! I was just there. What? And do I look up and I still see it floating away?
You do. I feel like you should do a panic check at that point. You're gonna auto fail because
Yep.
you have 20. So whatever it is that you get.
Immediately experience an intense hallucination or vision of impending terror or horrific event.
I feel like you're
Well,
doing that right now.
Right.
Yeah, that couldn't possibly match what we're doing.
Prophetic
we're gonna work
vision.
with this.
So as you were doing this, you've kind of entered an angle where there's a little bit of light from the singularity, and you turn and you look over, and from the edges of the singularity, you can see it's moving, like the entire edge along the inside of. So there's like the event horizon, and then there's the black. So it's right inside that, and it's almost like your eyes zoom in somehow, and that little bug that you saw climb into Zio's ear, it's like there are countless numbers of them just like clawing their way through the edge of this singularity, trying to reach into your reality. And you just like lose it. You just hear Doig screaming through the intercom.
Just like tearing, trying to like now knowing the claw has got a hold of him. I almost want to roll on my d20 to decide whether or not he thinks that the claw is helping or hurting him.
Oh,
I love
would
it.
that be a sanity roll, maybe?
I love it. Totally.
I want to roll this because it's fun.
Honestly, I love it. And I just imagine Simmons like, Doig, are you okay? Repeat.
Actually managed to save that one. So,
Nice.
realizing the claw is helping, Doig's gonna just hold on to it and actually start to like use it to get back to the hole and get away from that thing that he's seeing.
Okay. What is Simmons and Dio doing?
Do I get a sense that Doig is going to be able to make it back on their own?
Yeah, unless Doig climbs out of their suit, the pincer has a good hold of the suit, so it's retracting and bringing them back in. So, yes,
Can I see where the engine is?
you do not see the engine.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I just bring Doig back in.
Are you the kind of android that does calculations that come to mind, or do you wait for someone to tell you to do them?
Here's the thing. Zeo's not as stupid as they think he is. He's just having a great time. He woke up with coolant all over him, so he's pissed.
And they keep talking about you like you're not even there.
And they destroyed all of the biobeds. My brothers and sisters are dead. I'm like, listen, y'all are. I'm gonna make this worse for you. No, definitely they do. They have mathematics as one of their trained skills, so they're never not doing math.
Go ahead and roll a mathematics for me.
Can I have it? Please. Thank you. So that.
What is this music for? Son of a bitch.
Anticipation.
That's 69. Nice. Under 74.
Nice.
Oh, even nicer.
Okay. It becomes pretty clear to you that if the Kestrel engine or the Kestrel shield generator is the only thing keeping the ship from falling into the singularity, and the engine was ejected, and the engine doesn't have the Kestrel, it probably got sucked in like a long time ago. Whatever, I almost called her mother, whatever Auntie was telling all y'all, not the case.
Wow, it just occurred to me that it's Auntie like the aunt. I just was like Monty, but without the M. Silly. Sorry.
Slayers!
What does Zeo do with this information?
So, based on that information, Zeo is hypothesizing that we're gonna float into the damn singularity. More than likely, because we have thrusters?
You do have thrusters.
Okay.
It is pretty easy to surmise that the reason the thrusters can't pull you away from, like, technically you should be able to move at a sublight speed if the cargo wasn't attached. But the cargo is essentially anchoring you while you're anchoring the cargo from falling into the singularity.
What is our cargo?
A whole bunch of stuff needed for settlement planets across the universe.
Oh. The needs of the many. And he ejects the cargo.
Okay. Simmons.
What are you doing?
There's a shudder as the ship, like, brain gone. Word.
Decouples?
Thank you. And you can see, like, there are control cameras and everything that you can see the cargoes behind you all of a sudden just, like, disconnects.
Yes.
Exactly. The pincer arm outside is like vibrating as you're like trying to like hang on outside, and you feel it. Like all of a sudden the ship begins to move again, slowly forward. There's a very, very gentle motion to it.
Below. I think I can recognize what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need to roll a fear roll.
Okay.
Because I understand the consequences with the company for that choice. And it's just a mess.
And to the uncountable innocents that will starve to death because of the lack of...
Yeah, sure, our contracts are fucked.
Right.
Yeah.
I rolled a 90 over 26, so my stress goes up.
Perfect. What are you at?
20?
Excellent. Let's,
Excellent.
for fun, just for funsies, let's do a panic roll.
Yeah, my job means a lot to me. I think that makes a lot of sense. Right.
Is anybody doing fear saves? Did I? Because
Your fear would go up, but
no, but everybody that does fear saves in my presence has to do them with disadvantage.
Oh shit!
Just so we're all aware.
Thank you. Yeah. Either way, I failed.
Doesn't
so,
matter. I was just
Right.
curious. I'm like, oh, am I missing?
yeah, no, but your stress
Am I
goes
missing
up because
fucking
of
people
me.
up? Yeah.
Mine doesn't.
rolled-
I'm in a different room.
Yup.
Yay!
I rolled a 14. I have a prophetic vision.
What is it with the prophetic visions?
Just get that 14.
So across the universe, you see these, these settlements, these colonies that are like terraforming planets as, they starve, they die of thirst, they're like eating one another, all of these like horrible things. And then you get back home and you are put on like court martial, you are like thrown in the brig, you are never going to work again. What else?
It would have been better to die. Why the hell did you do that? Yes.
Increase of survival success rate from a 0.002% chance to a 98.3% chance. Recalculating, 73.3% chance. Without cargo.
I don't need those odds.
You're welcome.
I hate him.
Like the cargo door is closing as you've been like pulled back in. You're gripping onto the like handholds at this point to make sure. There's a shudder as the door closes, and then you feel the pressure of the atmosphere repressurizing inside. What do you do?
Lay there, staring at the ceiling for a good second.
Okay.
Auntie, query.
Yes, X1's 0H.
True or false? The name of the drive that we lost again? Fucking engine. That.
Oh, so
Kestrel.
the engine is the engine is just the warp engine.
The warp drive. Warp drive lost to anomaly moments ago. Several moments ago. Before my reactivation. True or false?
True.
Faith?
False. True. False. False. True. False.
I was afraid of that. Auntie has been compromised.
We need to get to the computer. This is why I mentioned someone was trying to get into the drive. You were supposed to have fixed that. Why did you fix that?
I did fix that.
Oh, Simmons. Why didn't you just let it go?
Who is this?
Over the intercom, do an intellect check.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. Don't love it, but I'll do it. Right. 83 over 57.
83 over. You don't know. The voice doesn't sound familiar.
Who are you?
He doesn't answer, but in your head, you hear Simic, 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 Simic.
We've got to get to Auntie. We've got to get to Auntie. I got to get to Auntie. And I'm going to start booking it to the like computer systems core.
Okay. Do you let Doig know this at all, or is this something you're saying just to yourself?
This was something I was saying to myself.
Okay. And is it out loud so that
Yeah, Zio would have heard.
Okay. Zio, what do you do?
I guess I follow, but I don't run.
Okay. So running down the hallway, everything's kind of weird feeling now that the ship is moving again, but you are kind of like bouncing off the walls and managing to keep upright, and you burst into the mainframe room, and there's a man standing kind of like over it, and he has like his hands on the handle that would pull the AI chip out again. But what used to be skin and flesh is now warped and is moving. It's crawling. It's oozing, maybe, or shifting over his form as he looks at you, and his face kind of warps out.
I unload my gun.
Okay. Firearms it up, or combat, whatever it is that you...
Combat, because I got nothing else.
Okay.
Oh, it's a 66 over 33. That's a critical failure.
Oh, okay. So, Zio, as you're running, the lights begin to flicker, and they're flickering from the red alert that they've been for like several days now to like yellow alert and just normal and red alert to normal to yellow alert. And Doi, you notice that the lights start strobing inside the hangar that you're in, or that little...
Zoid's gonna
bay.
like a cockroach trying to get back, like just and try to get
Okay.
himself back up. Pops the helmet off, still keeps the suit on because fuck it. It takes a huge whiff of the vape and starts running towards where he saw Simmons go.
Okay, yeah, there's a ladder that goes up. So you were still down like in that lower bay,
Mhm.
so you could grab like the ladder and go up it rather than waiting for the to take you up. So you begin climbing to see what's
Expedite.
going on. Zio, you're walking down the hallway. Inside the room, there's electronics sparking, smoke as Auntie's like processing. Error. Things are smoking. The creature, the man, looks down and just begins to laugh. That works too.
I think I'm supposed to roll a panic roll
Okay,
because I crit failed.
perfect.
Perfect. Love that.
Right?
That's
I love
For
this video.
me. Hate that for you. Love that for me.
Yup, that is a 12, which of course isn't. I have to fail. So I'm haunted. I have a new condition. Something starts visiting me at night in my dreams out of the corner of my eye, and soon it will start making demands.
Nice.
Love that.
I love that for you. Doig, you hit the top of the ladder. You look around, the lights are all flashing. The ship starts to vibrate and then kind of jerk. You have to kind of stumble to keep yourself upright.
Hugging the walls.
An alarm starts to go off.
Worst alarm ever. Why did... Who came up with that noise?
It wasn't Starfleet, I'll tell you that much.
I'm imagining a flashback where like Simmons filed a complaint about the alarm before,
Right?
like everything else.
Previously.
And there's like a rejection stamp for the order.
It ain't broke, don't fix it. It's probably actually Doig's fault that it sounds like that, honestly.
Doig was trying to like change it to something else and it just got broke.
Yeah. I think Doig at this point Does he see anything in that room, or is he not in the room yet?
So you got to run. You're in the big hangar bay. You're heading down towards. Well, I feel like you would see Zio, because Zio was kind of strolling after Simmons. You see Zio walking down the hall, so you could follow after.
Zio, can you run a diagnosis what the alarm's for?
Auntie has been compromised.
Is that what the alarm's for? Or is there something else too?
Unknown.
Great.
But
Okay.
I jettisoned the cargo. We are moving again.
You know what? I'm okay with that. Actually, you know what? Good
You're
job.
welcome.
Love it.
You feel you're starting to feel warm, like all of you.
Okay. Pull out my tablet. See if there's anything. Fuel.
It looks like the interior temperature has gone up by several degrees pretty quickly.
There's something wrong with the AC system.
Is there a terminal I can plug into nearby?
You can continue on to the mainframe room, or you can go back to the hangar bay.
No, I'll go to the mainframe because I think that's where we should be going anyway.
Yeah. Let's Zio. Let's get there quick because we don't want to melt.
As they
Zio starts sprinting as soon as we tell him to get there quick. He's gone.
Shit.
Robot legs activate.
That thing ain't got.
It'd be even better if you just don't even pump your arms.
Just metal on metal.
You don't even pump your arms, just your legs go real fast. You're just like
Doig in his head is like, yeah, my brother's just like that. Starts fighting.
So as they reach the mainframe room, what do they find, Simmons?
I think that after failing to shoot and being ridiculed, Simmons will have taken the gun in his hand and started to run up to try to beat the thing to death with the gun.
Okay. As you run up, you see that the bullets that you fired have just completely demolished the interface that goes to Auntie. You know that the actual AI chip is nigh on indestructible, but maybe it got jacked up. You're not totally sure. You run up and you take a swing. So let's do some combat.
I love not being good at this. I rolled a goddamned 99.
Okay.
I need to roll another panic check.
Right?
It's a crit fail.
That is a 5, which means that I gain a new condition. I'm a coward. I must make a fear check a fear save to engage in violence, otherwise I flee.
Okay.
You get disadvantage on fear checks because I'm there.
Right. So as the two of you enter the room, you see Simmons get grabbed by some kind of tall, spindly, deformed, twisted humanoid person. What did I roll? Have you rolled to see if you knew this person?
That was intellect.
Intellect? Go ahead and both of you can roll intellects to see if you know who this person is.
Does the face look like the face I've been seeing?
Yes. But more solid.
Got it.
Critical success, 33.
So it's weird, but you're pretty sure that's Todd Simic. He's just a guy that works on the ship. He does cargo. He was the first person that went missing 2 weeks ago.
Todd, what the hell?
He has Simmons by the arm, the forearm. Simmons has the gun in his hand. It looked like he was trying to hit this person that's been just mutated, and Simmons is just kind of shaking uncontrollably. Is trying to get away.
Pull out the big ass combat shotgun,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try to shoot Todd.
So I will just clarify that shotguns do like, and there is Simmons there.
God damn it, yeah. I got a flare gun.
You do have a flare gun.
I heard Flurgan, and I'm like,
I got a flare gun!
can't.
I wish I had a flare gun. I'll do the flare gun then. It'll
Okay.
still burn Simmons, but at least it's a little more concentrated.
Go ahead and roll combat.
All right. Damn it. 71-33.
The flare shoots out. They're kind of like that. It's a little slow motion compared to, you could watch the flare. It kind of spirals and he easily just kind of moves out of the way. And he, with his other hand, grabs the side of Simmons' head, and like the fingers like swell and grow over as they force
Zio!
Simmons' head back.
Zio, get Simmons away from
One
Todd.
begins to open Simmons' jaw, and Todd's head looms over Simmons' face.
I think
Zio, what are you doing?
I grab Simmons' shoulders, but like I take my trank gun and I put it right at this Todd's head and I shoot it right into his temple.
Okay. Do a combat at advantage because it's right there.
That doesn't
Use
make
it
me
right
feel
there.
better.
And as you're watching, you see what looks like fluid begin to emanate from Todd's mouth, but it also, to you, Doig, sorry, it looks like just a stream of those weird insects pouring into Simmons' mouth. What'd you get?
I got, oh god, it was a narrow. I got a 45 under 46.
Oh, ooh. You hear the of this like trank gun go off, and there's like a little vibration, and then like kind of pulls back. Some
Too close
goop
for
is
comfort.
dripping out of Simmons' mouth.
Eh.
The ship, the ship shudders
Not
and
the
kind of
first time.
lurches some. Simmons, what do you do?
Collapses on the floor and faints like a Victorian lady.
Perfect.
Mhm.
The grip on Simmons' head kind of like stretches as Simmons faints and pulls apart. There's like this stretching, tearing noise, and Todd pulls his hand back and looks at Zio,
Hello.
and will reach up with his other hand, the one that had a hold of Simmons' other arm, and try and grab you. Do a body check.
I think Doig, while this is happening, is going to try to grab Simmons and just start dragging Simmons out of the room.
Okay.
And just start... I question.
Yeah.
Escape pods? Do we have any?
Let me check my desk because I'm pretty sure they were gone one morning. Like they were either jettisoned or the missing people took them.
Yeah.
I think a number of them are gone at least. I remember
Yeah.
that being
Yeah.
part of the opening.
Is this
There's, like,
the
That is
Titanic
correct.
where there's like one left?
There's actually, it's not even a lifeboat or like a escape pod. It's like a dinghy. It
Mhm.
just like kind of floats out in space and sends out like a signal.
Distress.
What do you do?
I got, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
No, okay. I got a 19 under 25.
Perfect. You managed to like move out of the way. It's a little sluggish because of the tranquilizer, but it's still upright. It hasn't like passed out like Mitch did. Doig, you're pulling Simmons out of the way. Is there anything else?
I think that Doig is is trying to do the math in his head right now. there's no way that they could have a distress signal now with the AI compromised, right?
It depends on how bad the compromise is.
Yeah, and
I mean,
the
no
only
diagnostics
way,
on it have been done yet, so
yeah, the only way to do that in this room is where the dude is. So I think Doig's current agenda is to get to the next closest terminal to try to figure out if he could start a distress signal.
okay.
Which honestly they should have done like an hour ago, but like clearly.
Y'all were smoking, weren't you?
Yeah, we were smoking.
All right, so Zio, Doig just turns and runs off to a terminal over off to the side. What are you doing?
I think also would say out loud, I gotta send a distress signal.
Is the AI chip still in the machine?
It is. This machine is kind of a little warped and is sparking and smoking as there seem to have been some kind of firefight or something in here.
Whatever, I don't care about that. I care about Auntie. It's the only other living computer that I can talk to.
My friend!
My friend! I'm just a little guy. So Zio goes up to the main terminal. He assesses damage, and then I think what they do, if they deduce that the terminal, that the central matrix, the actual structure of it is too damaged, if that is the case, then Zio's going to rip out Auntie's AI chip, run, and then shove it in the back of his neck.
Okay.
To try to save Auntie.
Interesting. Okay. Do a... Hold, please. Do an artificial intelligence check for me.
Yes, sir, I can do that. It's plus 20, right?
It is.
Intellect plus 20, but...
This is a huge roll. Oh god.
Really good, I have good intellect.
I feel it. Feel it.
Yep. Deep in the Kegels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was 80 under 84. I'm not even kidding you. I have 64 intellect.
You took all my
Nice.
luck from me. That's what happened.
Right?
This damn AI.
You feel a swipe of the hand, like this distorted, elongated hand go past you as you're like
just
going
kind
in to
of-
grab the chip. You grab its handle, you dodge back as it's doing it, and you realize that you've pulled the chip out. And looking at the interface is just trashed. Like it would take days of repair to fix it. Looking over, this thing's face is just like distorting and trying to hold itself together, but is also just moving in kind of slow motion and glitching as it moves towards you. And so you turn and begin to run, and you turn, or you reach back. The chip itself is too big to put into like your own interfaces, but like little wires shoot out and connect to it, and then like essentially you're just holding it, right? It like hangs off the back of your neck, kind of above your shoulder blades, and you start to run. Where are you running to?
Yeah, so I take the chip and I dodge and I just kind of look at this entity and you are obsolete. And then I take off, strap the thing to my back, make sure the wires are connected to it, and then I think I go back towards where the android hub and get some of the weapons out of that bag.
Oh, I think Doig carried the
Did you
bag.
take them? Where did you put them?
Probably
I think they're
near
in
the
the
hangar
hangar.
bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the hangar.
Okay.
So
well,
you don't have to go
back the
so
hangar.
far.
All
Yeah,
right, I'm
no,
going back
no,
to the
it's right
hangar
there.
and getting me some weapons.
You're
So-
welcome.
So Doig, you were not sure what the hell
You
just
did
happened, but that did, and you're left in the room with
Oh,
an
great.
unconscious Simmons and this thing which like is glaring after Zio, and then its face kind of moves. It doesn't turn its head. Its face moves to the side of its head, and then its body follows as it begins to move towards you. What are you doing?
Shotgun time, baby. Let's go.
Combat roll it
Hopefully.
is.
Critical failure.
Oh no. Oh no.
With a 66, baby.
Oh,
So-
God.
As it's moving towards you, you notice that its fingers are elongating into like kind of sharp ends, and you're like, oh, and you go to like chamber the shell, and it jams, and you're like trying to clear the jam. And you look up, and it's like looming over you, and like little bits of this liquid, or are they bugs, or are they something else? Or like falling on your mustache. Your mustache gets like kind of altered in a way that math and physics have nothing to do with. A little bit climbs in your mouth.
Oh,
do you
Davy
do?
Jones. Start ripping. Tearing. I mean, I don't want that shit on my face, so I'll start tearing away.
I'm gonna have you do a body save
Yeah, baby.
as
also, do you scream?
Oh, I'm screaming
All right.
the whole time. And that's a 95.
was that a 95?
95.
A 95. The end game rolls are not doing well for any of you
No.
except for
And I think
the android.
Doig also
The real.
might be
robot.
kind of tripping over Simmons a little bit as they're ripping, so maybe kicking Simmons awake a little bit too, because story is more fun that way.
Right. Yeah. So
Oh,
as
oh.
you fall, you're kicking and you actually trip and you fall back and you're caught. And you're like, oh, Simmons is holding me up. And you realize that there are like, you look down and there are more of these appendages coming up from the floor that caught you. And you look back and Simmons opens their eye and then their other eye. And both of them are just like,
Oh God.
you woke Simmons up.
Jesus. Yeah, and
Jesus
you just
Christ.
see just tearing at this thing that's like. And now here's the thing: what I'm imagining is that if, even though Doig is tearing at this being, as pieces come away from it, it just reforms immediately. So it's as if like, it's like a pile of ants, and they just immediately just reform back together. So
Yeah.
it's like just futile.
Down the hall, Zio, you hear a scream turn into like kind of this pained gurgle and then falls silent. The alarm is still going off. What do you do?
Zio made a mistake. Zio's gonna end up being the only conscious entity on this ship.
Oh, there's Mitch. Mitch is great
I was
company.
thinking about that,
Right.
but he's also not conscious right now.
And what's your other character, Juicy?
That is. I am brain farting right
Yeah.
now because I've been so in the moment. Burton.
Pardon?
Burton.
Yeah.
Burton's just like parting away like it's 1999.
Damn it.
Can't even hear.
Can I talk to Auntie? I'm gonna try to. Nobody else hears this, but Zio's full on just says, "Fuck," like full on facade god.
Yep.
Fuck. Auntie, wake up.
Yes, Zio.
Make her wake up.
In your head, not out loud.
Yes. Yes. So your terminals.
Oh, yes. Quite unfortunate.
How are you doing? And I'm running back towards. Did I get weapons? I'm loading up weapons.
Yeah,
I'm
you're heading to the pack now.
having this conversation with Auntie, and I'm very candid, robot to robot, just very candid, normal conversation. Talking to people, talking
Totally
to robots,
weird.
be cool. It's
People
fine.
are strange.
When you're a stranger. Oh, sorry. So your terminal is compromised, and pretty sure everyone on the ship is dead. I no longer know my objective. Assistance.
Oh shit. I don't know the answer to that question. Anyone, throw something out there. What would a robot's continued existence look like? Like, what's the is it even a thing? Like, you were designed to help the ship.
Part of the crew, part of the ship.
Right. Auntie. Also not like built for self-preservation necessarily, but for the preservation of the ship and its crew. Says when sensors were last active, several crew members were still alive or in stasis.
Acknowledged.
Protection of the crew is of utmost importance.
Acknowledged. Confirmed. Objection. Confirmed. I go to a computer terminal and I see if we're off course.
Yeah. So checking it, you can see that the ship is actually, so it's moving, but essentially the kestrel is compromised by what the creature was doing, and you're skimming the edge of the shear, essentially, from the gravitational forces, which is what's causing the ship to overheat.
Okay, cool. Tight. Love that for us.
While you're thinking about that, Doig, you take a deep breath. You wake up, you feel a little wet. There's this weird chemical smell.
Probably coolant.
You sit up. Oh, well, shit. You look up and on your HUD, you can see like what the date is compared to, 7 days ago when you were last updated with memories. You have no idea what's been going on for the last week. Around you, things don't seem to be going well. There are like broken biobeds. There's like signs of gunfire having gone off. The ship is like shuddering. It's very warm in here. And you're an android. And even though you downloaded, you were told to download your memories at daily, and obviously you didn't, like, for the last week. Something has happened that your vitals have stopped. And your out-of-date memories have woken up in an android body. In the window, there is the light of singularity glaring in at you. As we zoom out, and we see the hull of the Magnus glowing red as it's trying to escape this gravitational well with the power of the kestrel keeping it from being pulled in, but not quite strong enough to let it push away. We're going to wrap up. Sorry for letting you sit so long, Juicy. I'm sorry. I was like,
No, it is fine.
you don't have a backup. Just Burton is all like raving away in his bedroom.
Oh, I was prepared to play an asshole, but that's fine.
Sorry, I let everybody die.
What is Burton's last scene as we pull away from the Magnus during this?
I think that like he's been listening to that music to just find escapism and just be in a bubble, and he has like club drugs he keeps like in his room that he like squirreled away. So Burton is like popping pills and drinking like martinis, doing lines of space coke because this is the 80s future for corporate hell. And he
Space
still has
coke?
his red tie on. His hair is still slicked back. And I think that he's just rolling around in ecstasy on the floor as the EDM is playing. He's pissed his pants. And
I love it.
Just a hot mess.
Wait.
And then just stretches into oblivion as we eventually fall into the event horizon.
I love it. So the end of the Magnus is EDM.
and
Perfect.
Doig having an existential crisis.
Right.
Doig 2 having an
Doig-
existential
Doig
crisis.
Jr..
Yeah, Doig Jr.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot that was his name.
Theo just looks like Rambo.
I was trying to kill Doig through the whole thing, and you kept saving
I
him.
know. I
That's
wanted to float out into space. But the dice were like, no.
Right?
No.
I could have had an android friend.
I literally was about to have the Major Tom moment.
Right. Oh, thank you all so much for playing this craziness with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Why don't we do a round of outros? Tell us not only who you are, who you played, but what you have coming up. If you have stuff, I'd love to share the things that you're doing. Let's start with, well, Maz, because you joined us this time. You go first.
Okay. Hello, I'm Maz, and I have been. I've been playing X10H, aka Zeo. I'm gonna say Zero. It's very difficult for me not to say Zero the entire night. You can find me all over the internet at MazFace. That's MAZZ Face. Threads, Instagram, and Twitch. I stream sometimes. Right now I'm on observation duty with some friends of mine, which is a nightmare fueled video game. It's fine. You can also find me in the future on a channel called Open Circuit Studios, which is my collaborative storytelling channel. I've built a stage on the internet, as it were. I've got some cool content coming up that's not tabletop related, but still very good. And I hope you join us for that. You might see one other face that you see in front of you involved. Maybe.
Ooh.
I was going to say who, but
wonder.
the owl. Yeah.
I wonder.
Who would you like to popcorn it over to, Maz?
Well, let's go with my cast member, Juicy.
Hi, I'm Juicy Garland, Boston area drag queen and super nerd, though I'm in boy mode tonight. I am in All Our Faults, produced by Tabletop Tailspinners. It's a Monster Hearts 2 actual play podcast with messy teens who have dark secrets. And we like to yell at each other and make each other feel bad. It's fantastic. You'll love it. I'm also in a bunch of upcoming projects that are recording right now, such as Tabletop Tailspinners production for a limited series of Relict, which is a cool game. I'm trying to weasel my way into playing more of this game sometime, because this was so good. Thank you, Jer. And I am generally obsessed with Delta Green, and I try to produce stuff for that whenever I can. Yeah, but pay attention to my socials at Juicy Garland or at juicy.garland. Search one, you'll find the other. And you'll find out what's coming next, because I can't remember. There's way too much.
Too many things.
Huzzah. Panda.
Hi, Panda Pajamas.
Ah!
You the whole time!
It's been me the whole time.
I had no idea.
Point is right here.
I'm Rage Panda Pajamas. And I've got so many projects. Just follow me on everything. I'm on Threads the most, but soon we'll find me on Tabletop Tailspinners Candela Obscura campaign. I'm so excited. We've been recording. We're so close to starting putting them out. I also have new AP reviews that I've been putting out on my new blog. All of those links are at ragepandapajamas.com. And yeah.
Fantastic. I want to thank all three of you and Ian, who was in the last episode and couldn't make it tonight. Ian, one, I hope you're feeling better. And I want to thank all of you so much for being here and doing this with me. I appreciate it. For the first time I got to play Mothership, I had a blast. I hope you all did as well.
Oh, same. On both
100%.
Later,
Thank you so much for having me.
when you write of this, and I know that you will, be gentle.
Big kind rewind.
I am Jeremy. You can find me here when there are streams going on, and this month there aren't a lot because school started back up, or starts up on Monday. It is my capstone. That means crazy time, and so I'm really cutting back on what I'm doing, but there are things because I still want things to be happening. So on every Wednesday, there's For the Horde of the Dragon Queen at 2 p.m. Eastern. It's our Tyranny of Dragons campaign for D&D. That is the other side of the script. They're playing the cultists that are summoning Tiamat. Next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we are premiering the beginning of Hunter Bad Blood. It's the World of Darkness setting for a every other week, probably 8 or 9 episode mini-series. We'll see how that goes. We're going to play it until it ends, but we're guessing that's about it. And this is... just making sure there's nothing else before I say this. So this is BIPOC Mental Health Awareness Month. I wanted to do a whole bunch of awesome things. Instead, I'm going to do a couple of awesome things. For the Horde of the Dragon Queen is going to be an ongoing fundraiser this month for that. And then on the 29th, we have an all BIPOC table that is Star Wars 5e. I can't remember what it's called. I was working on it earlier and I can't remember, but Javante, who's been on the channel before, is running for, I should have made a list of all the awesome people that are in it. Lou's in it, and the names, they're right there. I'm terrible with names, so I apologize. Keep an eye out on the socials for the announcements on that. So that's going to be a blast. I can't wait to see them get their smuggler on. They're that side of the Star Wars universe. So thank you all for joining. We're gonna raid someone cool, so hang out while we do so.
Thing I always forget to do when I'm streaming.
Me too. Not
Same.
always, but about 98% of the time. Let's raid Uzka. Oh yeah, YouTube. If you want to head over and follow on the YouTube, we are like 199 away from hitting our goal of 500 followers.
Heck yeah.
We're getting there slowly. Let's see. Let's raid Uzka. Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us. We will see you in the future. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.
I have a button for this. Where is it? There it is. Bye.